Brunch, and boy, do we have a show for you today. So the Knicks coming off of winning 7 games in a row. They continue to look to take the league by storm. And it's time to ask some serious questions about this team. And when you really think about it, something just seems off when we talk about their matchup, potentially in the NBA Finals with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Also, new news just came out. A lot of news in the NBA as this live sports drama soap opera continue. We just got some news today that keeping this Knicks team will be a lot harder going forward. Landry Shamet, his injury definitely has the Knicks in a mode where they're contemplating who they should play in the postseason. We'll talk a little bit about that. Deuce McBride, we got some updates on his recovery as he works his way to get back into the Knicks rotation. And we'll also cover some of the tweaks that is helping Karl-Anthony Towns discover his role in this Knicks rotation. Of course, we got to talk a little Giannis stuff. There's some news that came out from the league in regards to Giannis Antetokounmpo and his current situation with the Milwaukee Bucks. So we're going to talk about all of these items today on the Blue and Orange Brunch Show. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan. And I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. Man, you know the... Tell a friend that we live, man. Hey! Hopefully you guys are having a very great, fantastic day. We got a lot to talk about. Big time salute to everybody in the building. And you know how we got to begin this show like we do every show. We got to start by getting the likes up. I do appreciate all of you guys. Big time salute to my man, Crim's dad. I see you. Early with the eyeballs. Big time salute to my man, Mellow Mike. I see you. Uh-oh. Cleo in the house. AP. Big time salute. Let's continue to smash that like button on the way in. And then while we're at it, we know that in the last 28 days that well over 60% of you guys are not subscribed. So you might as well subscribe because you're watching and help us close the gap. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. And each time we reach a milestone, we have special giveaways. And the first milestone is the 5K giveaway. So all you have to do is subscribe to enter into a chance to win this rookie Jalen Brunson trading card. No emails, no phone numbers. All you have to do is subscribe, and we will ship this rookie Jalen Brunson trading card. All right, so continue to smash that subscribe button because y'all watching. All right, and also, hopefully you guys are having a great day. Today is hump day, right? Yep, it's Wednesday. Today is hump day. So a lot of you guys, this is the middle of the week for all the 9-to-5ers. Last night we just had a very great game. I actually did a show, big time salute to everybody that was on that show last night. I don't normally do that many like after game shows, but I felt like winning 6 in a row, there's just something special about this team and things that are going on with this league. So I'm happy to have you guys in the building. So what I'll do, before I start, a couple of things I got to announce. So big time salute to my man, Lawrence for the Cashapp. He sent me something off air. I do appreciate that, brother. Big time salute to you. Also, we will be doing the Mikal Bridges trial, the second trial date tonight. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. And tonight we will be discussing, I'll be doubling down on why Mikal Bridges should start. and he should continue starting. And the idea that he should go to the bench is just ludicrous. So we'll be talking about that tonight. But as I do in every show, I want to get research mode situated. But we're gonna take a look at some of the games that took place in the previous night. So let me just do this really quickly. And I also want to address some other news that came out that impacts the Knicks, but it's not a direct impact. You know, the league, they're always trying to do things to grow and make moves. So I'm gonna touch on that after we look at the games as well. So boom. Let me get to the games from that. Of course, that was last night's game. When I opened up the phone lines, if y'all want to talk about that, we could. But I just want to look at last night's games, and then I'm gonna get to tonight's games. So, you know, we got the Pelicans and the Knicks last night. Of course, we got that W. Big time salute to the boys in orange and blue. Jalen Brunson, another 30-7 game, fire performance. And I told y'all, once again, I told you so. I said that the game will be tough, and boy, it was. But you know, if you want to talk about that more, we can as well. The Hornets smacked the Kings. I mean, this is total domination. This is a team that we're getting ready to face. I actually got to watch this game. This is the one Hornets game I didn't watch, but you know, this team just looks like total domination, man. And they're playing the best basketball they possibly could at the right time. So we're going to see what they're like tomorrow. All right. And also, I will do my preview as I always do. As far as the Orlando Magic and the Cleveland Cavaliers, this was a very important game for the Magic as they continue to slip and fall. And if you notice, the Hornets have the same record as the Magic at 38-34. Getting interesting around here. What happens if the Magic falls to an 8th seed and now they got to go up against Detroit and the Magic just turn it on? What could happen in that series? Okay, and the Cavaliers, they're still trailing behind the Knicks, but they firmly cemented themselves as the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference, or the Cleveland Cavaliers, 100%. And then the Nuggets and the Suns, the Nuggets eked out a victory. Now, I didn't watch this game, but they eked out a victory against the Phoenix Suns. This game was very important because the Nuggets are ensconced in that 14 race for the battle of third. And so by the Nuggets winning this game, they pushed themselves higher in that position, while the Suns, they pretty much fall back and stay in that 7th spot. Only 4 games last night. Tonight is the full docket of games. So, you know, it's a lot to work. You're working with tonight. We get to see the Pistons tonight. They battle it against the Hawks, and believe it or not, the Pistons are a slight favorite. Lakers and the Pacers. This once again the Western Conference. This is big game implications for the Lakers. They should get a win against the Pacers, a team that's tanking. The Bulls versus the 76ers. Nobody gives a damn about this game, but Philadelphia trying to maintain their spot in the top 6. This is an important game for Philadelphia. And Paul George will be back this game. Only reason why I know that is because I picked him up on my fantasy team. The Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Boston Celtics. Okay, this is a very important game. I will actually be watching this game. What time this game come on? 7:30. So I got to figure out when I'm gonna do my trial. That's coming on. So I might do the trial at 9, just so I can watch a little bit of this game right here. But this is gonna be an interesting one. And the Boston Celtics are a team that we are trying to take that 2nd seed spot from. We do have the tiebreaker, but this is a big game. The Heat versus the Cavaliers. This is a very big game. Miami, once again, they all tied right now with the Charlotte Hornets. So these teams are trying to differentiate themselves and possibly stay out of the play-in scenario. Oh, and by the way, J-Tap, I told you so. I just thought about it. The Hornets rise. I told them the Hornets were going to continue to rise, and they sure do continue to rise. As far as the Spurs and the Grizzlies, nobody gives a damn about that. Wizards, Jazz, definitely don't give a damn about that. Another one of these battles between the 4 teams, 2 of the 4 teams that are battling for that 3 to 6 spot in the West, the Rockets and the Timberwolves. This is going to be a good watch. So, and it's going to be on ESPN. So it's not even on League Pass. So that's a good watch. Nuggets versus the Mavericks. Nobody gives a damn about that. As far as the Warriors and the Nets, nobody definitely gives a damn about that. So I do got KP. No, did I pick up KP? No, I didn't pick up KP. I was going to pick up KP, but I didn't. Maybe I should. The Bucks versus the Trailblazers. Nobody gives a damn about that game. And the Raptors versus the Clippers. This is another interesting game as Toronto submits themselves in the top 5 or top 6. Well, top 5 to top 6 position in the East. Those are the games. We also got some news today on the expansion for all of you guys that care about the NBA expanding. We definitely got some news that the league has voted on expanding. I'm sorry, exploration of expansion, rather. And let me see if I can get the article. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Because I want us to actually take a look at it. I thought I had it here. I don't on my list. But this directly impacts the Knicks, this expansion talk. And I got some other news that we have to discuss, but I just want to let y'all know that the league is going to get harder, man. The league is definitely going to get harder. And so I had this article here. The NBA governors approved the vote to explore expansion. Okay. Now, this doesn't automatically guarantee expansion. Okay. The vote, which required 23 of the league's 30 governors to pass, doesn't mean that the league will expand. Okay. I'm going to explain that. Now, I was trying to see, hold on. I don't think that they gave us the total, or rather who voted, because that's what I was trying to see. I was curious to see if Dolan said yes or no. I don't think they spoke on that here. But the bottom line is the majority of the owners voted to expand. I'm gonna look out. I'll find the update on how Dolan, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna talk about it somewhere. So I'll find out that news, because that's what I was looking for. Did Dolan vote yes or no? You know? What do you think Dolan would vote? You think he would vote yes or no? You know, he kind of not really rocking with the league like that. But the main idea is this, right? They voted, and the exploration is for potential owners and groups to try to make their pitches to buy teams. Okay. They said that the estimated value of these 2 new teams would be 7 to 10 billion. And I think it's Las Vegas and Seattle are the 2 markets. Yeah. Las Vegas and Seattle. And, you know, the reason why they chose these cities is because they already have teams. Well, Vegas already has teams, and they host a lot of NBA events. As far as Seattle, they had a strong NBA kind of, you know, a vibe. They were one of the stronger teams when they had a team back in the day in Seattle. I don't know. I mean, I guess I do know why they change owners, but the bottom line is they're looking forward to getting back. But they do got a lot of fans, basketball fans in the Seattle area that will support this team. Okay, so just to give some news on that, that's just some NBA news. And how this impacts us is, well, expansion draft. You can't protect them all. So your Muhammad Diawara might be up out of there. Your whoever you draft in this draft could be up out of there. You know, you're only allowed to protect 8 players, and you're definitely more than likely will lose one, because you have an expansive draft for 2 teams. 2 teams means they need to draft, 20? I think they draft 12 to 13 players. I can't remember how many players get drafted. Let's just say, hypothetically, it's 12 players. That's 24 spots. There's a good chance one of your guys is up out of there. You feel me? So I just want to give some news on that. I'm going to keep it pushing. But as we do, continue to smash that like button. All right? Just to give you some news around the league. You know, continue to get the likes up. I do see my man AP in the building. He sent some supers. By the way, if you cannot, you know, while you're getting these likes up, when I open up the phone lines, If you can't call, you could always send in a donation via Cash App, Super Chat, Linktree, and I will respond to it in place of a phone call, just to let you know that that option exists. Because I know some of y'all are at work, and usually during the day show, the Blue and Orange Brunch, we don't get as many calls as we do at night. So just to give you that option, right? But let's continue to get the likes up. It's very important. My man AP said, so far for Bridges, I'm voting to acquit. Oh, okay. I like that. He said he stays, and I have a feeling he's going to have a big moment in the playoff. He's a key moment in the game type. Let me tell you something, AP. I'm not sure if you saw my presentation, right? But I will be touching on the playoffs 100,000%. And I agree with what you're saying. I think that Mikal Bridges definitely has a lot of moments, okay? And you don't want to limit his potential to have these moments in the postseason, okay? So smash that like button, right? And subscribe if you're not subscribed. And he said that they should have just moved the Clippers to Las Vegas. That, you know what? That would have been a great move too. Because what's the purpose of having all of these California teams? I think it's kind of redundant. Spread them out a little bit more. The moves make sense, but I'm gonna tell you something, AP. You know, Ballmer has he's tied to that building that he just paid for. Remember, they got a new state-of-the-art building, so I don't think Ballmer would want to, take his talents elsewhere. But I think that would have been a solid move for them. I think that would, even though LA is a huge market, if we can't act like LA is not a huge market, but I do think that for the league standpoint and competition, it'll be better to do that than to add 2 new teams. I don't know how much more money Seattle is going to bring, or even Vegas is going to bring to the TV deal, because that's what you're hoping for, that the next TV deal will get more. But, all of these guys got to share the same money. And AP says 8 players. That's crazy. Why do they need 32 teams? Hey, yo, listen, AP, the good thing is they only could take 1 player, but your Mo Diawara, your Tyler Kolix, your Kevin McCullough Jr.'s, your all those guys at the end of the rotation, they're subject to be picked up. Now, a lot of teams, what they do is they'll protect the 8 players they want, and then the guys they don't want, they'll leave them unprotected, hoping that you draft them. So that way they don't got to trade them. They'd be like, I want to get rid of this guy anyway. So, there's a lot of politics in this too, so I could see why some owners are voting for it, especially smaller market teams, because they're already getting a bigger share of the pie, because they don't really bring that to the table financially. So, the team money is split evenly amongst the teams. So, if I'm a smaller market team, I don't mind it. If I could dim the opportunity for New York to do some crazy move, I would do it. But I do appreciate you, AP, on those supers. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Let's start off with Deuce and Towns really quickly. I have an interesting article that talks about Deuce. Now, I would have played the footage, but I've been dealing with too much copyright issues lately. I'm not even trying to mess around with the copyright right now, but I'm not sure if you guys seen the footage, but there was footage of Deuce McBride dribbling and like last night, and he's like he looked well from what I seen. But you can't really gauge from a small workout like that whether or not he's going to be 100% better. I don't know, maybe, possibly. But Deuce McBride, he's at the final stages of his rehab. Let me get back to research mode. Okay, let me make sure you got. Oh no. Sorry, I'm in the wrong goddamn browser. Let me just close this out. Got too many windows open, man. When I start doing research, man, I just start opening up windows I didn't even know I had, man. I'll keep that. Let me go right here. How? So yeah, this is the article I was looking at, right? And so Miles McBride, final stages of rehab, offensive tweaks helping Cardi Towns. So McBride, he was scrimmages with some of the younger players and coaches. That's good. That's good progress. That means that he's like full contact. He's scrimmaging, okay? And before Tuesday game, he was seen on the court. doing his traditional pregame workout. And he didn't look bad. He looked good. Now, I don't know if he still has all of his energy and his stamina. And, the only way to know that is when he would be like in a game. But all of these signs point to Deuce coming back in the coming days. Whoa. So, all right. So we got Charlotte. We got OKC. We got Houston. And then April comes. Is there a good possibility he plays all of April? Because if he could play all of April right before the playoffs, man, that'd give him a good, because right now we got 9 more games. So if he could play the final 6 games of the season, get all the rust and the bum juice out, and then now we get into the playoffs and now he's his regular self, man, this is a good look. But I just hope while Deuce is coming back, it doesn't lead to the big problem. Now, salute to my man Mike Brown last night. Last night, I felt like he didn't play as small as I thought he was. I was waiting to see the Brunson, Alvarado, Clarkson lineup. Oh, my God. Please don't do it. We don't need 3 point guards. And I consider Clarkson a point guard size-wise based on the way he plays. I know he's 6'5", but he's really 6'3", and he's not a small forward. So you put him out there with Alvarado and Alvarado and Brunson, I don't like it. So that's my only concern with Deuce coming back is now you add Deuce to the mix. Are we going to, because Alvarado, I talked about it yesterday. Alvarado's like, I would love to play Deuce. It's going to look good together. I'm like, So in my brain, because I get to thinking, y'all. So I'm thinking, you got Deuce, Alvarado, and Clarkson? Yeah, dog. I don't like it. It's too small, bro. It's too. We gotta make a decision. Coming up, before the playoffs, all right, you want to tinker with the 2 to see which 2 you go with. But I think we need to cut that 3 to 2. Somebody got to sit out. It's going to be a hard decision. That's life. And then go into the playoffs with your best, lineups and your best performances size. And you may have to give Mo Diawara some playoff minutes. Now, I'm not saying a lot. You could short leash him. Guys are going to be playing 40 minutes anyway. It's the playoffs. All of that bench and rest stuff, there is no benching and resting in the playoffs. I just don't want too much small lineups. But yes, I'm happy that Deuce is coming back, and we could use Deuce. So don't think that when I talk about like the double big lineup, I have no indictment against Towns nor Mitch. I just don't think it works together. Same thing here. I don't need to see Alvarado, Deuce, and Brunson. Come on, dog. This ain't college basketball. This ain't Villanova, where you could put Brunson at the 3 and he still have good. Nah, you gotta play size. And so, it's no knock against any individual player. It's all about the team, and that's what I want to see. As far as Karl-Anthony Towns, at the suggestion of assistant coach Rick Brunson, who some of you guys don't like, round with a smaller lineup in the 4th quarter against the Pelicans. Now, I want to talk about that. The no center lineup, I think, is worse than the 3-point guard lineup. The only reason why it's bad is because you instantly become it's like you better make every shot. Now, offensively, it might be great, but I've noticed too many deficits and minuses with that lineup at key times. Now, I'm not saying you're going to lose or we lost, but what I am saying is that, you want to put your best feet forward. I love Mo Diawara with that lineup when they go no center. Just to have size out there with Hart. Hart can't do all the rebounding by himself, especially when he's on the perimeter guarding guys that's 30 feet out. So Rick Brunson told him to go with the smaller lineup, all right? And thanks to Jalen Brunson's brilliance, big time salute to Captain, 15 points in the 4th quarter. You say what you want about Captain. That man is rounding into playoff form, in terms of people saying Brunson is hurt, he don't look right. I don't know about that. It is what it is. If he's playing, I don't care to use the excuses. I think that he's just been in his Steve Nash mode where I got to pass the ball because they keep saying that I dribble too much. And I'm like, dude, you're Jalen Brunson. Play your goddamn game. If we need you to get buckets, you need to get buckets. If it calls for you to distribute, distribute. All I'm saying is we know that with Jalen Brunson being Jalen Brunson, this team is more successful, if not just as successful. Okay, so I just don't want him not being himself. That's my greatest concern for Jalen Brunson going into the playoffs, where now he's Steve Nash Brunson. And these other guys, whether it be OG, whether it be Mikal, my client, or Towns, they haven't shown the consistency to perform at high levels, especially in the postseason. All right, so we've seen Brunson consistently average 30. It is what it is in that regard. As far as this alignment with Jalen Brunson, the Knicks overpowered the Pelicans in the fourth quarter. Thank God. Towns played 5 minutes in the quarter and did most of his damage early in the game because he started the quarter. He finished, early in the game, not the fourth, they're trying to say. Okay, he finished with 21 points, 14 rebounds. It was his 51st double-double of the season. That's a big-time accomplishment. That's the most in the NBA. And if Towns look more comfortable in offense lately, that's the reason for it. Okay? And Brown said, made these statements. I had to adjust to him. And that's what a season's about, Brown said. We're not playing the same way offensively as we did last year. So I had to make some adjustments to try to figure out how to get him involved a little bit better. Feeling a little bit more comfortable. Showing a little bit. He's obviously put in the work. It's a two-way street. And it's good to see him playing at the level he's playing right now. Big time salute to Mike Brown. That's one thing I like about him. He's always taking accountability, and he's always willing to make adjustments. And I feel like that is very important for a coach that prides himself on, being a good being willing to collaborate, right? And not just passing the buck because, well, all right, Rick Brunson called the play. So it's Rick Brunson's fault we lose or we win. No, he gives the credit where it's due, and he's willing to be humble and realize that, hey, there's things I need to change. All right, so once again, salute Mike Brown. So before I get to the calls, let's continue to smash that like button as you enter the show. I do appreciate you guys and all your support. All right, let's continue to get the likes up. We do 100 likes minimum, not to be confused with the maximum. So if you're watching this video, let's continue to smash that like button. Big time salute to my man Mellow Mike in the building. I see you. He may be ahead of schedule. California's a huge, it needs 14. I mean, yeah, it does. I mean, I'm not, I hear you. Big time salute to my man AP on the super. He said, I see why Dolan hate these owners. They get free money off of him and don't invest in their own teams. You can't pay. You can't have a franchise. And yo, it's funny that you say that. It could please y'all. Continue to get the likes up because we cooking with high grease. We got an action-packed show. About to open up the phone lines. It's about to get crazy. I just want to say this, though. That is Dolan's fight. Because Dolan sees that they're trying to take the advantage away from the big market. That's why he's going rogue. He's voted against everything. I'm curious to see exactly, though. Charge my headset. I'm curious to see exactly, though, what he voted. I can't wait for that to come out. I'm gonna let y'all know. As soon as I get that info on what Dolan voted during this process to expand. But yeah, you got a lot of, there's differences in wealth and richness, and you have owners that are just worth a couple of $100 million, and then you got Steve Ballmer, who's worth like over $100 billion, or how much money he's worth. So yeah, a lot of the small time owners, they're not really able to compete. So the NBA especially ran by Silver, he's trying to make it like the NFL. Like, I think he's obsessed with just having every year there's a new champion, there's a new team that emerges, and it's fun, and everybody's city get a chance to win. And so this is what this whole thing is about. Now we're adding more teams to the fold and it more parity. Okay. That's what it could be attributed to, if you ask me. A couple of things, because I know a lot of you guys are new. These are the rules. All right. Each call you get 3 minutes. You're gonna hear the let's go. Once you get that let's go, you got 3 minutes, and then the buzzer will sound when the time is up. We do have a thing called the $5 callback rule. If you are triggered, like my man D from LA would say, you could donate to get back on the line, and you get an additional 2 minutes. Okay. So what I'll do is this. I'm gonna open up the line, 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion, and let me know what you guys would like to talk about. We got a lot of topics today. You guys could talk about the game last night. We won 7 games in a row. You know, and now I'm thinking about the future, and I'm like, something just seems off with this matchup against the Oklahoma City Thunder. So we could talk about your thoughts on how we match up with the defending champions. And we do got a game against them coming up on the 29th, which is this Sunday, and I can't wait for that game. I'm curious to know you guys' thoughts on these matters. You know, there's a lot going on in the league. We got Deuce McBride coming back. We got Landry Shamet. So, yeah, feel free to call up, 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion, and let me know exactly how you feel and where we stand. I wanted to do... You know what? Let me touch on this Landry Shamet while I wait for the guys to call up. And by the way, if I miss your call, I will call back, just for the record. All right? I will call back because sometimes somebody's on the line, or I might be in the middle of a point, and I'll get you back up. But I figured now is a good time to address this Landry Shamet thingy that's kind of like a little offsetting a bit. Landry Shamet is bringing some uncomfortable Knicks truths. We got to talk about that. Now, here's an interesting point that Daily Knicks is talking about. It says that the Knicks defense relies more on Shamet, McBride than fans think. Now, let me just say this. Here's another big problem. Shamet, how does he fit into the equation of the playoff rotation? Because you got Deuce. I think Jordan Clarkson should stay in the rotation. But you could also argue Shamet could score too. He's not the bucket getter guy Clarkson is, but he does get buckets. And Deuce is averaging 12 points per game. So do you really need Clarkson? And we know that Clarkson is a liability on defense. Remember, Deuce, Shamet, Mitch were the 3 leading bench guys when he pretty much went with an 8-man rotation that helped propel the defense to #1 status during this stretch. So when Shamet comes back, what happens with Jordan Clarkson? What happens with Mo Diawara? These are the mysteries that all point to me towards a big problem, because Shamet is 6'4", Clarkson is 6'5", but he plays like he's 6'3". Deuce McBride is 6'2". Some people say 6'1". So you don't have size on the wing. It would have been nice to have another 6'9" guy, who Sohan was supposed to be that guy, but he never really panned out. And now that we don't have that guy, you know, it becomes a little bit more, I think, a little bit more tricky to see how he's going to navigate. Because now, all right, so in the postseason, all right, Clarkson needs to stay. So do you do Shamet, Clarkson, and Deuce? Who's going to be the backup power forward? We know the double big lineup is not it. Not for a long periods of time. They run the double big lineup maybe 4 to 5 minutes at that. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yes, the Knicks rely on their defense. Okay. Without the sharpshooting, an upcoming fifth-year guard, Shaman and McBride, Brown has leaned on players like McHale and OG to live up to their defensive billings. And of course, they delivered, right? With Bridges in particular playing consistently addictive presence that the New York front office believed justified their hefty amount of draft capital. Ooh. I addressed the draft stuff, but I may address some of it more tonight when I do the Mikal Bridges trial. I am his attorney, and tonight I will be defending his right to start on this team. Okay? Now, the Knicks have gotten a pleasant surprise out of this development with regard to Jordan Clarkson's defense, the scoring guard bordering a revamped reputation as an intent defensive stopper. No, he's not. He's not that. We got to relax. But even then, they surrendered 113 points to a Wizards group. Well, I say this. The Wizards were averaging 117 points a game coming into that game. So that's a -4 and 117 points in the last 10 games. So that's a -4 on their production, right? The Washington Wizards are a team. They're not a great team, but they were playing a little bit, from a shooting perspective. They weren't as bad as you would think they are. So I'm not surprised that they were able to shoot as well as they did. But Shaman, who could only play 22 minutes. New York should have Shaman and McBride back in the postseason. We hope to have Shaman. I talked about his injury yesterday. I don't know. But Bondi insisted that, Shaman was day-to-day, okay? And the Knicks are an injury away from leaning on the rookie for title chase. Now, here's the big problem. Because, and this is what this article is insinuating, that Shaman and Clarkson are ahead of Diawara. So if we do run 8 or 9 guys, that means that there's no space for Diawara to play. That is a big problem. Josh Hart, it should not be a backup power forward. I'm sorry. I know he could play it a little bit. He's tough. He's strong. But against Orlando, I'm not spooky in the woods, but I'm just saying, they got size, bro. They're bringing dudes up. Black is 6'7", right? The other guy, what's his name? Isaac is 6'10". Tristan Da Silva is 6'10". These guys are big, bro, and they like to put 3 6'10" guys out there at the same time. That's like their thing. They want to have 3 6'10" dudes out there at the same time. So you coming with your 3-point guard lineup against that, I don't like it. But trusting in Mo Diawara, I mean, I like Mo. I think he could do the job, but should you have to depend on a rookie in the playoffs who's not a lottery or not a star rookie? I don't know. But yeah, that just to add to what I was talking about with Deuce and the big problem, the playoff rotation does concern me a little bit based on the size aspect. Not from these guys could all play. They're good. We got a very great bench. I think our bench is definitely underrated. The only problem is we don't got 6'9" guys that we could trust. And we got them. We just can't trust them for a variety of reasons. All right. But listen, if you guys want to call up, you can. The lines are open. 646-995-8389. Call up. Voice your opinion. This is the Blue and Orange Brunch. All right. You got a call. What's good? Can you hear me? Jamal, Jersey.
Definitely.
What's good?
How you feeling, my brother?
Hey, family. I'm doing well, man. Hopefully you feeling good, too, on this beautiful afternoon. We talking about a lot. Where you want to go, my brother? Do you want to talk about OKC? What do you want to talk about?
No, I'm gonna stick with the rotation conundrum that we about to be forced with. I think that's definitely a pressing issue.
Right. Do you have a lineup that you think we should run with?
Nah, Mike Brown is getting the millions for that, but I will say over this nice little stretch,
I like that. Mm-hmm.
over this nice little stretch, since Clarkson been reinserted back into the lineup, you can't say it's really been too many people that's playing harder than him. He's visibly playing harder on both ends of the floor and
No,
making
that's facts.
plays
Yeah,
and causing
that's
havoc. I wouldn't call him a defensive stopper or nothing,
yeah.
but
They gassed that. They gassed that. They gassed.
nah, he definitely stepped that up, and I think it's kind of hard to remove a veteran that's kind of bringing that kind of effort.
Right.
But the size is an issue. I personally think he need to find minutes from Mikel and OG for Diawara. Not a lot, but I think both of those guys are better if they can be fresher at 35, 38 range, unless the game really call
Mm-hmm.
for it. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And I
I got
mean,
you.
not from one of them individually, but between the two of them, I think he can get Diawara in there
Right.
to stick opposing 3 and 4s and try to work it that way. Because I mean, when Deuce come back and then you got Shamit, I just don't know what he's gonna do.
That part right there, it becomes tricky. Becomes tricky.
Yeah, Deuce might have to earn his way back depending on how long it take him to get back to being Deuce, because they're not gonna just press him right away to play a lot of minutes. They're gonna
Right.
try to get him back as early as possible to work up to it. But
Right.
Brown, he got to figure this out, man. And coming off firing the coach, and you brought here to get it done. This is where the job starts for Mike Brown,
Right.
pretty
100%.
much from this month on. So we gonna see.
We definitely gonna see. And I'm confident they can work it out. I just don't want us to be. I just really don't want us to be small. I see it backfiring, especially when you get to the later rounds.
Now, is this for you? Is this dependent on who we play, or you just mean a small team overall?
No, we're not small. It's just that our guys who are 6'9", they're rookies. They're second-year players. They're not proven. We got them. It's just they're not ready. Sohan, we got excuses why we can't play him. What did we sign him for? You can't play him.
Right. I think it's definitely matchup dependent. Like Orlando, who athletic, long, like you said, and gave us that work. I mean, Atlanta had them wings running around with Jalen Johnson and them. The Boston guys, I don't think it's as bad because even though those guys could play, they're not as physical.
I hate you, family, but I appreciate you, brother, man. Great call, and I look forward to your next one, family.
All right, take it easy, man.
All right, big time. See, I'm glad I got a call like that because it makes me feel like I'm not crazy. Like I'm the only one that's seeing the big problem. As far as Boston, I would be concerned against Boston. They play big. Jaylen Brown is the 2 guard right now for Boston. I'm just letting you know. They play White, Brown, Hauser, Tatum, and Kata. Just letting you, that's the lineup up there. Everybody is 6'5" and bigger. They don't play nobody under 6'5". So they got a bigger. Now, Hauser is not he's not a super, he doesn't use his size like that, but still, those cross matches, it could still come back to bite you. What's good, Mark?
Hey,
how we feeling,
going?
family? Man, everything's good, man. We just talking about these Knicks, family. Where you want to go? We got a lot of topics today.
Let's go. Yeah. I'll stick with the rotation a bit more too.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, see, when Brunson's not on the court, the Knicks need offense. I think that's the number one thing they need when Brunson's not on the court. And so I think you got to put your best weapons in the game during that time. Who's your best? McBride, Shamit, now Clarkson, Diawara. Those are your top offensive weapons off the bench. And I think they're the ones you need the most when Brunson's on the court. And I know you're not going to have the best defensive unit with some of those guys out there, and you're going to lose some size. But in my opinion, you need the scoring. You need the 3-point shooting that those guys can provide. You need the driving to the hoop that Clarkson can provide a lot of times, and Diawara can provide sometimes. And of course, you got Mitch out there providing also some size as a backup center. So that's the guys I would go with most of the time when you're spelling Brunson and Cat and the big boys. You need that offense that those guys can provide.
So who you going with off the bench?
Yeah, that's who I go off the bench.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
During the playoffs.
Yeah,
That's what I meant to ask.
that's what I'm talking about. I mean, sure.
Oh, you're gonna play 10 guys in the playoffs? Got you.
Well, you can't play them like as many minutes as you can during the regular season.
Right.
But when you do bring guys off the bench, those are the top guys I bring off first. You know,
I got you.
Yeah, I mean, I bring them before Alvarado. I bring them before Sohan. I bring them before,
Right.
you know, Porty or Kolek. You know, those are the guys I bring out first because those are the guys that are going to score the most points for you, I think. So that's the way I'm looking at it.
No, I got it. A lot of people would disagree because they're going to say that's too many guys. But hey, if it keeps us from having that big problem, I ain't mad at it. Because we got a big problem if you're going to play all these guards first.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If you take Mo Diawara out of there, now you got a smaller. Now who's going to be the backup for OG? He can't play 48 minutes.
You know, I mean, I think you just got to trust him. You know, as much as it's dangerous to trust a rookie in the postseason, I think he might be worth trusting. I know he could be a defensive liability at times too. I'll turn the ball over. I'll make some silly plays sometimes. But if I want a big shot, you know, in the playoffs, he's one of the guys on the bench I might trust to make that big shot. Besides McBride and besides Shamet. You know, from a 3-point shot, boom, you know, he's one of the few guys you can that can actually drive to the hoop. That's off the bench too. I mean, McBride can do a little bit, Shamet can do a little bit, but he could also. You need a combination of the outside shooting and the people who can go to the hoop.
Well, look, man, great call, Mark. I appreciate it, and you added something new to the table, you know, that I think maybe they're considering. But I do appreciate you, Mark.
All right, you got it.
Big time salute. How you feel about what Mark said, like having a direct backup for every player? So when Brunson comes out, this guy comes in. When OG goes out, Diawara comes in. Now, I like the Diawara OG. I don't think you have to play Deuce, Shamet, and Clarkson. I think you got to make a choice between those three. Now, who do you decide? That's on them. I think you need to make a choice so that way you because we know Brunson gonna play like damn near 40 minutes. Mikal I might give Mikal just 30, like 4 minutes. I ain't gonna lie. I might keep Mikal minutes a little low, right, for the postseason. That's just me. I'm not saying because he's my client, but I might keep his minutes low. But OG, I could see 36 minutes. Right? Josh Hart, you could range his minutes. Sometimes he'll play 40, sometimes he'll play 28. And I think that you should just spread for Hart and Bridges and Brunson. I think you make a choice between Clarkson, Shamet, and Deuce. Which two would back up those three? And then you just bring Diawara for OG. And so when OG's off the floor, Diawara comes in. You know, if you want to run some double big lineup too, you could. You know, if that's what you desire. I don't think we should. But then that will also cut into Mo Diawara's minutes. You know, I think these are ways to solve that big problem. Salute the Mark. That was a good suggestion. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm trying to take his suggestion and make it into a 9-man rotation, right? Which I think that they wouldn't mind. But if you guys want to continue calling up, you can. All right, 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. I do appreciate you guys. And if you can't call up, you could always send in a donation. And I will retreat your message in place of a phone call. I know a lot of you guys are at work, can't call up. Just want to give alternative options so you could also participate in the show today, okay? Now, big time salute to my man, Mr. Knicks 101. He said in the Super, he said, you trust Boston with all their unproven players? No, I don't. And that was going to be one of the arcs to my debate that I was supposed to have that's looking like it's not going to happen. One of my things that I wanted to do was I wanted to point that out. They only got 5 guys from the championship core. And Sam Hauser, if you really banking on him like that, you really might just say 4. Tatum, Brown, White, Pritchard. The rest of those guys are unproven. Now, if you want to add Hauser, you could. Not trying to diss Hauser. He's a body on the floor. But I seen it. Matter of fact, Mr. Knicks 101, I seen it in their last game against the T-Wolves, how they crumbled. And they became their old self. That's what I was trying to explain to my man. I think it was Zach when he called. I said, yo, listen, they play the same as they did last. They're the same. They play the same exact way. And the talent is not the same. I think that's going to come back to bite them in the postseason. I watched Luke Garza miss a point-blank layup. I said, ooh, the moment is too big for him. Hold on, let me just check. By the way, this is my Boston Celtics, little. I got the Celtics got their own little packet from me. I was doing my homework, and I'm still doing my homework, even if it's not a debate, because we more than likely will play them in the playoffs. But this was the Minnesota Timberwolves game. And when I saw him crumble like that, Cater's first field goal attempt came late in the second half. Oh my God. It just was nasty work, man. Oh no, that was against the Wizards. Hold on, that's not the game. Yeah, this is my T-Wolves game. Okay, cool. I could have sworn Garza, he missed the layup towards the end of the game. Yo, the Sumo was giving them that work too, though. They had no answer. That was another thing that kind of shot me, that the Timberwolves guards was giving them so much trouble in pick and roll. The Sumo was getting downhill. It was crazy, man. Randall was off, but then he started cooking late in the game. They had no answers for Randall. And what Randall did to them was one of the reasons why I knew we would be Boston 2 years ago. It didn't happen. The year they won the championship, I always knew that Randall gives Boston the business. They really can't match up with Randall. Because even though he had a bad game in the fourth quarter, he cooked them. But when I saw them start missing layups, I was like, yeah, dog. And missing threes wide open. Yeah, man. They prone to lose. You can't live by the three and drive by the three. That's why I like the Knicks. To anybody who questions our identity, and I'm going to talk about this when I get into the OKC, and I might do it now. When we talk about the identity of the Knicks do have an identity. They are a two-way, dynamic, versatile team that can beat you in a multitude of ways. We can play fast. We definitely can play slow. We might be the best half-court team in basketball. I know it don't look like it sometimes, but we got guys, at least 3 of them, maybe 4, that could get buckets in the half-court game. It's not too many teams that could say that. Maybe Denver. It's not too many teams that could say that. And so that's our identity. Y'all may not want to realize it because y'all thinking about the 90s and you got to be rough and you got to be tough. And Charles Oakley slam him on the floor. What did that win us? Didn't win us nothing. The Bulls had the better identity because what were the Bulls? A two-way team. In 96, they were number 1 in offense, number 1 in defense. The only team in the history to do that. I don't think... Now, you could go probably back to the 70s. They wasn't using advanced stats like that. So you might find a team there based on modern day looking back if you do the efficiency. But the Bulls, man, that Bulls team was number 1 offense, number 1 defense. The only team in the modern era to do that. OKC came close. No, not OKC. Boston came close. They were number 1 in... Was they number 1 in offense? No, I'm sorry. OKC came close. They were number 1 in defense, but they were like number 3 or something, or number 4 in offense, something like that. So that's just where we are. Yo, really quickly before I get into the OKC stuff, I want to touch on Giannis really quickly. All right. Now I know y'all, a lot of y'all like, oh, why we gotta talk about Giannis, man? We shouldn't talk about him. What's going on? Oh, wait, hold on. Now, yeah, let me talk. I'm gonna get him out there. I'm not gonna spend much time on Giannis. I just want to just talk about this update and what it means for the Knicks. That's all. Because you got to understand something about the NBA. It's very political. And Giannis is someone who's a politician. He cares about his reputation. He cares about his image. All right. So the NBA Players Association just announced that they were critical of his injury management. The players' participation policy was designed, which I agree with. Big time salute to the players' participation policy. Was designed to hold teams accountable and ensure that an all-star like Giannis is when he's healthy, he's ready to play. So when Milwaukee, they keep trying to use leverage they don't got. They operating from a place of weakness and trying to put it on to y'all like, oh, they're operating from a place of power. The Milwaukee Bucks do not have the authority to shut Giannis down because there's nothing in the rules that promotes that position. If you're ready to play and healthy, then he's supposed to be out on the court. Unfortunately, anti-taking policies are only as effective as their enforcement. Fans, broadcast partners, and integrity of the game itself will continue to suffer as long as ownership goes unchecked. We look forward to collaborating with the NBA on a new proposal that will directly address and discourage tanking. All right? Antetokounmpo, he suffered the hyper knee extension. All right? And this was on March 15th. He was only supposed to be out for a week. We're now on 10 days. Why isn't he playing? This is what his coach had to say. The good news was it really was a good image. There was no damage on his knee. So all of that, oh, Giannis is injury prone. Stop it. It's nonsense. It's cap. He's not injury prone. Nothing. It was just really good news. I don't know about the next part. Uh-oh. Doc Rivers is out of here. I think, how many of you guys think Doc Rivers is getting fired at the end of the year? I think he's up out of there. I'm going to raise my hand. You think Doc is going to be up out of there? Raise your hand in the chat. He's out of there. He's definitely out of there. Yeah. I don't know about that next part. About the timeline for his return. Of course you don't. I don't know. I really don't know. He's working and he wants to be healthy. That's what Doc said. So how does that impact the Knicks? And I'm not going to spend much time on it. I'm just going to say that, this is more ammunition for Giannis to make his way out of Milwaukee. Oh, they're trying to hold me back. So I had to leave, y'all. Do you believe me? What's good, Yuri? How you feeling, family?
I'm good, but I'm walking my dog right now. I think I'll use my 10 minutes to call you up.
Big time.
So,
where we going?
Knicks OKC, I don't want to look ahead because we got Charlotte Hornets coming up.
Yes.
Tough game.
Mm-hmm.
Something about that game tells me that I can't put my finger on it. It's a weird game coming up. That OKC game. I just can't put my finger on it.
Do you think we're ready to shock the world?
I'm always gonna say yes to that. You know that.
Let's go.
I'm always gonna ride my Knicks. I just can't put my finger on that game. It feels like that game's gonna give a preview. It's like a finals preview, but it's not at the same time. Because who knows what's gonna happen?
Who
in the
knows
playoffs.
it? Bingo. Man, you cooking, Yuri? Let's go.
Because on one hand, I can see them going to the finals, both teams having that matchup, 7-game series. At the same time, though, there's been so much upsets throughout these last few years. If you look at the run that Miami had in 2023, you look at what happened in 2024.
Right.
It's unpredictable. Come on.
No. 100%.
And the thing is too, the expansion draft as well. That recently just got announced. That they're going through with it.
Well, what was announced was that the exploration. So they're going to allow teams to to two new teams for people to put in their proposals to see what they would offer for the team and what their plans would be for the team. It's an exploratory proposal that went through. So it still could not happen. But it's a strong chance it will, because the owners, they want it to happen, and this was a important step in for it to happen. But there is a way for it to not happen.
If I had to guess, James Dolan probably voted on it too.
We don't know yet. I'm going to get that info, and we will talk about it right here on the Blue and Orange Brunch. Don't worry. Once I get that info, we going to talk about it.
But yeah, no, I'm going to use the last few seconds. Knicks OKC feels off because we don't know if this is an actual finals match. Right? You got OKC, who's got star-studded power. You know, they got Chet Holmgren, Isaiah Hartenstein, Andrew, that Aaron guy.
Yeah, the Wiggins.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got your normal starting five in that lineup. And if I remember correctly from the first game, it was Chet Holmgren that smoked us.
Chet was killing us.
I'm interested to see what the count is going to be from the first matchup. Especially now, we might get Deuce back before OKC.
10 seconds.
Good point. Good point.
That's my take. See you, Karan.
Thank you, Yuri. I appreciate it. All right. I don't know, y'all. Just something is in the air about OKC, man. Something is in the air about OKC. By the way, I do got some super chats to get to. And in the meantime, if you hadn't already, smash that like button. I do appreciate the support. We definitely have to continue to get the likes up. But I did see some of these supers. Let's see, my man, New York Janky. Big time salute to you, one of the MVP donors. Get his name right. It's Jason Hauser now. Yo, big time salute to you on that. Oh my God, his name is Jason Hauser. I like that. I'm not trying to sleep on him. But, you know, I'm not going to act like he's using his size like that, because he doesn't. But he's 6'8". What is he, 6'8", 6'7"? So, you know, that's all I was trying to say, New York Janky. I got you. Big time salute to my man, Mr. Knicks 101, another one of the MVP donors, he and AP. He says, funny enough, the T-Wolves played like the Knicks in the playoffs. Are you saying like a Ken and Ryu kind of thing last year, where they both reached the conference finals and, you know, they both slayed some giants on the way? Yeah, you could make Jordan parallel there. And it's funny too, like Mr. Knicks 101, like people say, oh, this team won the trade, that team won the trade. You can't say which team won the trade yet, because both teams still got all of the players there. Both teams are pretty much in the same position. I mean, the Knicks are better this year, technically, if you want to look at like standings and records wise. But besides that, the only way to judge this year to say who had a better year would for it to be a postseason, you know, accomplishment. Because I could see both teams get to the. I would love for the Wolves and the Knicks get to the. Could you imagine the storyline if the Timberwolves and the Knicks got to the finals? Ant-Man versus Brunson. Ooh, Towns versus Randall and Dante. Ooh, could y'all imagine that? The level of suspense. I'm the league. That's what I'm rigging. Now I'm gonna get Minnesota and the Knicks. And besides, my first pick would be the Lakers and the Knicks, but then my second pick would be Minnesota and the Knicks in the finals. But yeah, there is a little bit of Ken and Ryu thing going on with the Knicks and the Timberwolves. I do kind of agree with that, especially if you look at last season, the way things turned out and the way the season finished. Good point. I do appreciate the supers in the chats. Continue to smash that like button though, because you know, we definitely cook it with hot grease. So there was something that I wanted to talk about OKC yesterday, but it's just so much going on. And you know, one of the things I like to do, I like to be ahead of the curve. So usually what I do on this channel, I'm the first one to it. Hold on, let me get my man from St. John's. St. John's in the building. Where we going, St. John's? I saw St. John's call up. I had to get you on, family. Turn down your background. Let's talk.
Good point.
Let's
I
go.
do appreciate the scoopers in the chat. Continue to smash that like.
Can you hear me? St.
Yeah, I can
John's,
hear you,
are you
brother.
there?
I
Okay,
can
yeah,
hear
just
you.
turn down the background and let's cook, man. Where we going, man? Great, yo. Last night was a crazy show. Definitely was a crazy show.
I'm talking about Sunday. OKC.
Let's go.
Now, what San Antonio has OKC's number.
Yeah. In the
They
season,
know how to handle
yes.
them. And if I'm
Right.
correct, during this season, we have San Antonio's number.
We do.
Now, what they got to do is Cat has got to neutralize Lundgren or whatever the hell his name is.
Holmgren.
Holmgren. And it's going to be up to Mitch to neutralize the one we sent there.
Hartenstein.
You're not going to stop SGA. That's not going to happen. The rest of them, that's the ones you have to put a stop to. But, again, in my conspiracy way of thinking, every executive from Olympic Tower is going to be at the Garden Sunday.
Facts.
Watch the calls. Because the game is going to be based on referee calls. And they love to prove to the main office that there is no such thing as home court advantage at Madison Square Garden. So the Knicks are going to have to come out, and they can't play this nonsense about we're going to lollygag the first quarter, lollygag the second quarter. You got to come out there like you playing the third quarter.
That's facts. That's
But
facts.
I think we can handle OKC. Indiana took them to 6 games.
7.
7. We can handle them. It's just that determination we got to put in there and let Mike chill out on his creative ways that he come in with games based on situations.
Yeah. Sometimes he's a little too creative. I like that word.
Exactly. Exactly. He pissed Mitch off when he took him out the game. Because Mitch felt like he was on, he was ready. And he sat him down. But I could understand that. Because you have to limit a certain amount of times with him because he can be fragile. And you don't want to take that chance. You want to give him his rest that he needs. But as far as Shamet, I'm sorry. You know, everybody's saying Shamet this and Shamet that. Shamet is fragile. How many times has he been injured this year?
Man.
You know, he has injuries. He has injuries that he get, and you don't even see him getting the injury. And they got to sit him down. I love Deuce. Man. I love Deuce, but you cannot sit down for 4 months and think you're going to come into the playoffs and be who you were.
Well, look, St. John's, I appreciate you. You said some great things, and we will be watching that whistle when we go up against OKC.
I'm telling you, watch that whistle. There's going to be calls that Brunson should be getting. He's not going to get.
Yep. I appreciate you, brother.
We know Towns. All it takes is 1 or 2 calls that he know he's supposed to get before he starts bitching with the ref. Next thing you know, you're the target.
No. I hear you. We're going to keep an eye out on there, all right, St. John's?
I hear you, brother. Just wanted to let you know.
I got you. All right.
Take care.
Peace. One thing I'm going to say about my brother, he always brings home, he always says some interesting things. And the calls, I think that point is a very strong point. And that's going to be something that we definitely have to keep our eye out for. Uh-oh, Queens in the building. Where we going, family?
Yo, Corona Dawn, shout out to you first. Now let me cook.
Go ahead.
Yo, look, I just played a game of 2K, and I had to thank Mike Brown for being I'm Mike Brown's lawyer today, because you always Bridges' lawyer, so I'm Mike Brown's lawyer. All right, Yo, look, could you imagine having to shuffle minutes? You got Alvarado, who hasn't been consistent, but he brings that defense and pestiness. Then you got Kolek, who the fans want to play, but at times defensiveness he's lacking. Then you got Shamet, who's shooting good, but then you got Diawara, who's looking like an African beast, you know what I'm saying? Pause. And yo, that's a lot. And he keeps shuffling it. He plays Alvarado when it's time. Out of nowhere, Kolick, you scored 30 in the G League, you could play tonight. Yo, fuck it. Like, yo, he's doing good, bro. Because I tried to do it playing 2K last night. Played two different teams, and I'm trying to shuffle the minutes. Like, should Shemet play? Should Alvarado play? Should and this shit ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not that easy.
No,
you know what I'm saying? It's not. So, and shout outs to you, because the fans, they be like, yo, you don't like Kolick, you don't like Mitch, and you trying to tell them I do like them. But if they do something bad, I have the right to say Mitch does this bad. I have the right to say Kolick, the defense, that's why sometimes they picking on him and picking rolls. That's what I see. That's all I'm saying. So, because I was mad with you too, with Kolick and Mitch. I'm like, yo, you hating on him. But I'm like, nah, he's not right. All he's saying is what he saw, they picked on Kolick and pick and rolls. That's all Karan is saying. Like, that's all I'm saying. So, I'm with you. But, yo, I'm Mike Brown's lawyer. How about this? Because you Bridges' lawyer. It ain't that easy to try to shuffle these. And then Deuce is coming back. So now.
Oh, God.
Right. So shuffle that. You know, like a game of spades. Shuffle these cards. How you going to do it? But I have the what you call it? I have the cheat code.
Okay.
Mike Brown, when Deuce comes back, you play the players according to their position. Don't look for minutes. Check this out. If Brunson sits down and you see we need a floor spacer, you play Kolick. Because what Deuce does, he does. But his strongs against him, he doesn't. Deuce is not a good passer. I've never seen Deuce make Hall of Fame Rondo passes. He can't pass for shit. He can't.
Oh man.
He can shoot and play defense. So if Josh Hart goes out, maybe insert Deuce. Don't insert Deuce when you need passing. Insert Shamet when you need a 2 guard or a 3. Insert Diawara when Cat sits down. And don't just because that's what Tibbs would do. He would insert a player off of effort. You know what? He just sat down. So I'm gonna just insert my favorite quickly, Emmanuel Quickly. When a small forward just sat down, he'll insert quickly. No, that's not how you do that. So to all my Knicks fans, we need to hold Mike Brown accountable. He's been doing good. But let's keep it honest. When Brunson sits down, you need a point guard. Or if you notice, oh shoot, I need just insert the opposition in off of what just sat down. And that's my time. I heard my time. Yo,
big time,
on.
Trey.
Good looking. Thank you for looking out. You always let the Knicks fans get their ish off. You know what I'm saying? So bro, you number one. I be checking out the other channels. They don't be letting people just call in and vent. My nigga Karan let you call in and vent, right or wrong.
That's facts.
You can vent.
Yep. That's facts.
Shout outs to you, bro. Hold on. I got one question, Karan. You ready?
Yeah. What's up?
Yo, once you get all this money that you about to get, because I can see it. I see your numbers growing. You went from 1,000, 2,000 real fast, right? 5,000. I'm seeing it. Yo, once you get the money, are you still gonna look out for the objective Knicks fans, or you gonna change once you get the bread, bro?
Oh, nah, dog. Nah. First off, I meet from day one, dog. So you know, my goal is to enhance the fan experience, and 2, balance the scales, because there's too much this crazy talk. Too much people that don't know nothing about the sport. So those 2 things I will always do. And that's what I've committed to. That's what I've been doing. And that mission remains the chief goal for me. So yeah, 100%.
Yo, man, shout outs to you, bro. I had to ask you that. I was thinking about it like 3 days ago. I'm like, Karan about to get this money. He don't even see it. And he don't even care. Because I could tell that you just from the heart a Knicks fan. But I'm like, yo, this nigga about to get this money.
Dude,
and
but
I'm
that's
like,
the number one for me. That's number one for me. I love what I do, talking this stuff. It's not a money flex for me, because I could be doing other things to get bread.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. I'm with you. I was just thinking about it. I was like, yo, Karan don't even see the money he about to see. He don't even see the money that's about to like pull up on him. He don't even know it, and he don't even care. He's just a nice guy, and he's just an objective Knicks fan. But I'm
Bingo.
like, I gotta ask him a question. I'm like, yo, come on, when you get this money, if you change up, yo, man, I'm gonna pull up on you at the airport. And I'm gonna throw
Man,
shit
you could
at you.
pull
Like,
up on me. I'm outside,
right.
dog.
I'm
I ain't ducking for nobody.
gonna go to Brooklyn. I'm gonna pull up on you, bro. You
And guess what?
changed, bro.
I'm gonna be outside. I'm not in Brooklyn no more. I'm in Westchester. But I will say this: I'm outside with my Knicks stuff on, so you can't miss me.
Ooh, I like that. I'm
Big
outside.
time.
Pull up, right? Yo,
No
come
doubt.
on, man. Shout outs to you, bro.
Salute.
Yo, man, keep doing your thing. I'll call you tomorrow. You heard?
All right, big time.
All right.
All right. I appreciate that, man. Definitely. Well, one thing about me, anybody could talk to me. You could be a fan of the opposing team. You know, I don't really like the trolling too much. I had to block a whole lot of trolls. That's why you don't hear them calling up like that. But you know, as long as we're talking basketball. See, that's what I prioritize on this show. I don't gotta be like this guy sucks and that guy. To me, you lack talent if all you do is just bash people. I do this just talking basketball. That's it. You know? And I know I trigger you. Sometimes I get triggered just by me talking basketball. And another thing too, before I get into the next call. I don't hate Kolek and Mitch. Because that people think that I hate players. First off, I support everybody. One of the things about me, I am the biggest Mitchell Robinson supporter. The biggest. Yeah. That might sound, how is he the biggest Mitchell Robinson? You know why? Because I called out the play to limit his bag. Because I can ask you a question. When he came out that game in the fourth quarter, was that move really to preserve Mitchell Robinson? Or was it so he don't look so good coming off the performance he had the last game? We know that Mitchell Robinson has a bag that he's supposed to get. Do you want him looking like Wilt Chamberlain? Or would you rather him look like a guy who can't play every game? I talked about all of that. Tyler Kolek. I think he's a phenomenal passer. I think he has the future in this league. He's in his second year. Y'all got to relax. We're trying to win a championship. We have other guys that are more experienced that been in the postseason. Tyler Kolek will get his time. So I try to not knock players. I try to just make it a team thing. Like the double big lineup is another thing. That's not on Mitch. Mitch plays better by himself and Towns plays better by himself. That's just what we've seen. If you want to believe otherwise, then you're just not living in the real world. If Towns and Mitch are the best thing in the world playing together, why don't they play more together? How many minutes a game do they play together? So yes, I'm always going to keep it real, and I'm not going to confirm your bias. Sorry, New York City. I'm going to give it to you the real way. Now, that may piss some people off. That may be like, oh, man, that people might say, well, he's reliable. I know he's going to always give me the truth, and I am. But before I get to some more calls, we got to also smash that like button as well. Also, I got to read these supers. First off, BS10258, you got to stop. You keep on doing this in the chat. He says the UConn Huskies will win the NCAA tournament. That's a negative. We all know who's going to win the championship. Now, a lot of y'all might say St. John's, but you know I'm rolling with them Duke Blue Devils. Salute to Duke, baby. We going all the way. You got to relax. You lost in the fantasy basketball, and now you're getting ready to lose by your team in college. Big time salute to my man AP as y'all continue to get these likes up. All right, I do appreciate the support. The likes are important. My man AP says, I want an easy championship like Boston got. You know where the star players on every opponent was hurt. Yo, salute to my man AP, one of the MVP donors, man. Salute to my man BS10258, Knicks Tape Madness Discord server channel member, man. Let me just say this, man. I don't give a damn how we get the championship. Everybody and their mama could be hurt. As long as we win, I don't give a damn. You could talk about bubble championship. I will be at the parade like this. I don't give a damn about none of that. We've been waiting 50 years. It's always going to be something wrong. It's always, oh, you could probably go back to 73 and say, yo, that 73 team, they were weak. You could do that with every team. I don't even do that. Yo, give them their championship. Give the Lakers their championship, even though it was a bubble. I don't care. You still give them the championship. Give the Celtics their championship, even though everybody was hurt. It don't matter. They won the championship. If that is our fate, I don't give a goddamn. Whose fault is it that you got hurt? It ain't my fault. Am I supposed to go out there? All right, we can't play our 100% all because the other team, they have injuries. I'm riding with you, AP. I don't hope injury because I don't want to see players get hurt, but I want the championship. I don't give a damn, and there's no excuse otherwise. All right? Doesn't something feel funny about this OKC game? You could talk about that and more. What's going on, El Figgy? How you feeling?
Good, good. What's going on, Karan?
Nothing much, man. You know, we're just talking about the Knicks on this beautiful day. What say you?
You know, one thing that I was thinking, and I was actually talking about this with someone today, that, you know, I'm a huge Deuce McBride fan. I have liked
Okay.
Miles McBride. To me, I've enjoyed watching him grow since, you know, 3 years ago. And then, of course, he kind of stood out and he had that breakout when we were playing the Philadelphia 76ers 3 years ago in the playoffs. So, you know, I don't know if anybody remembers that series. I sure hope everybody in here does. But, you know, Jalen was struggling those first two games. You know, Kelly Oubre had him hemmed up, locked down. My guy Brunson couldn't get in free edgewise, but you know, Deuce kind of came in there, and even Jalen gave him his flowers in that series and said, you know, Deuce McBride, man, and that was kind of his breakout in the Knicks rotation. So I'm a big Deuce fan, but I have to say, man, Jordan Clarkson has worked so hard to get back into this rotation, and last night I couldn't believe the defense I was seeing from him against the Pelicans. I was like, who is this?
Very good.
And I just want to know what that's going to look like because Deuce is close, man. He's close.
He out there doing his drills, his normal drills, Figgy? I don't know.
And I'm a big proponent of Deuce. I like the kid. I liked him back in West Virginia. If anybody remembers when he was playing over there. He used to, I mean, you know, he's struggling now, but he used to school Kate Cunningham when they played in college together.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Go back and look at some of Deuce's highlights, man. He used to hem him up. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. I do want the best for Deuce. I think that he has held us down many, many times. But, man, I hate to see Jordan Clarkson fall out of the rotation. I really would.
Oh, see, I mean, you know me, Figgy. I'm the objective fan. I don't give a damn who falls out the rotation. What I'm saying is I don't need to see Jalen Brunson, Jose Alvarado, and Deuce out on the floor together. Like, if we're doing that, if we're doing that, Figgy, it's gonna be tough. No, and that's what I'm concerned about. Go ahead.
No, I think Jose's minutes are gonna be limited depending on what we need on any given night, depending on who we play the matchup. But I do think that Deuce, obviously, he's more of an offensive weapon than Jose. Jose is a little more pesky. You know, he's cagey. He's nimble out there. But I do think that Deuce does play a similar style of defense. He doesn't push pace like Jose does, but he's more consistent offensively. If we need points, you're going to see more Deuce out there. So I don't want to see all three out there, but man, Jordan Clarkson, after falling out of the rotation, he really worked his way back in, and he has been impactful for us lately.
It's tough, Figgy. I don't know.
My guy has come off the bench and really made a difference for us. So I would hate to see that. But I know it's going to, you know, matchups matter too. So I guess it depends on who we're going to play, what we're going to be seeing. You know, is it going to be the Raptors? Is it going to be Orlando? Is it going to be the Hawks? I saw something yesterday where we could see the Hawks in the first round now.
Right. And Figgy, I got one last question before we get out of here.
Yeah, man.
Between the three, you got to sit one of them down. Jose, Deuce, Clarkson, who sits out?
Oh, Karan, look.
Yeah.
As a fellow New Yorican, it pains me to say this. It breaks my heart to say this, but out of those three, it's going to have to be Jose. Sorry.
Well, Figgy, I say this: you are an objective Knicks fan. I appreciate you, Figgy.
All right.
Big time.
Take care. Thanks.
All right. See, I love that because that's keeping it real. Like Jose might be her best player because he's from her country and all of that, and national pride. That's great. Now I'm not taking away from that, but when it comes to the Knicks side of things, we got to do what's best for the team. I like Jose too. I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm always everything Brooklyn. You feel me? But I'm sorry, Brooklyn. You might be up out of there too. But we'll see what happens. Injuries happen. Unfortunate things happen. You just never know. And everybody, including Jose and everybody, needs to stay ready because you just don't know what could happen. That's a fact. Let's see if my brother Gino answers. Speaking of Brooklyn, let's see if he answers. Uh-oh. Brooklyn in the building.
Yo, what's
Where
good?
we going? Man, we talking about a lot, family. I'm curious to know where you want to go on this.
All right, we could go OKC first. That's gonna be an interesting game. All right, especially when it's being played in OKC. I actually want to see how they play over there.
Right.
They gotta protect the ball and just hit the glass. That's really gonna be key for them. Now,
I agree.
Now I'm gonna jump in time to the playoffs now.
Let's go.
All right. Now, to prevent this mismatch, cross match, is there a world where you could not sit OG and Hart down at the same time? One of them always got to be out there on the floor.
Technically, yes, yeah.
Right, because if one of them comes out or both of them comes out at the same time, that's where you lose your size. Because Hart can technically play the 4 to spell some minutes. But I don't know if you could sit both of them at the same time, depending on the matchup.
Right.
Right. And I'm with you got to sit Jose at this point. And then I'm looking at the minutes, right? Like if you look at minutes now, starters minutes are gonna take an uptick. Right. So how many more minutes is there really gonna be to distribute coming off the bench unless you hot?
Right. Not a lot. Right? Not a lot.
Not a lot. Exactly. So I can see these guys playing 38 plus minutes, 37 plus minutes a night now.
100%.
So they already got that rest during the regular season.
Yep.
So that's just something to be conscious about.
It makes sense. My only pushback is I don't think Hart is a 4, man. Unless you're going up against like some perimeter guys who don't really post like that, then okay. But Tobias Harris, I don't want to see Hart on Harris. I'm sorry.
He's not. Then if not that, if you sprinkle in Diawara, do you trust Diawara?
See, that's why I said we have a big problem.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Because Hart, he does have experience playing the 4.
He does.
But
Orlando?
Right.
It's going to be tough, boy.
But that's the problem. That's where Yabu ain't do what he was supposed to do.
Bingo. He was supposed to be the answer to that.
Correct. That's why I say. So now, if you're going to say that, we're going to have to revisit maybe some double big lineup now.
Oh, Lord.
So you got to pick your poison. The good come with the bad.
Blood pressure going up now.
But you see where I'm coming from.
Hold on, really quick. I just want to address that. I'm not 100% against it. I'm 100% against it starting.
Oh,
the
no,
other night,
start that. No.
Yeah, you can't start it. But the other night, who was that? That was that Indiana? It was against Brooklyn. One of them teams, they were a plus 11. So there are moments where you can use it. It just depends. And that's why I'm like, we'll see. I hear you, though.
But the key word you said is moments. It can't be for stretches, for long stretches of time. But that's all I wanted to say. And I'm going to holler at you later tonight.
Big time, Gino. All right. All right. So I do got more calls. Listen, I'm gonna get back to the calls. I wanna massage this OKC thought. Let me just make sure we good on the supers. Okay, yeah, I'm good on the supers. Big time to everybody who sent in a super and smash that like button. Continue to get the likes up. I want to spend some time on OKC because, like I said, there was this article I was going to get into it yesterday, but I didn't have the time because there was a lot going on. But there was an article by, I think it was Bleacher Report, and they were saying how these are the 6 biggest threats to dethrone the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I want to say, and I might have to do a quick Google just to confirm it, the amount of years. But in the last 10 years, we had no repeat champion. Okay. So the same champion. So so everybody pretty much won the championship one time. No same team repeated. None of them. So we didn't see Denver. We didn't see Toronto. And let me just pull it up just to make sure I got the years right. And I'm gonna get to this article and say, hold on, I just want to, the last 10 NBA champ, because I don't remember off the top of the head. I know the last one to do it was the Warriors, but I just can't remember what year that was. Okay. So you had OKC 1 year, Boston, Denver, Golden State, Milwaukee, Lakers, Toronto. Golden State was the last team. This was 2017. So the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last 7 NBA champions did not repeat. All right. So this is the history. This is the second apron era. This is the cause of the second apron era. It's very impossible. I don't want to say very impossible. I want to say it's very difficult to repeat in this era. So I just want to present that first before we talk about anything else. Right? So being that it's so difficult for teams to repeat, you can make an argument for the field this time around in terms of winning the championship. There's a good argument, a good case you can make that the field will prevail in the finals this year because the team who won the championship hadn't done it. Now, these are some really good teams. We know Toronto, the reason why they didn't go back is because Kawhi, right? We know the Lakers was a bubble championship, okay? And a lot of people discount them, but it is what it is. They won it, but they also lost a lot of elements. Milwaukee Bucks completely fell off the map. Eventually, they traded Drew Holiday for Dame, right? Golden State Warriors 2022, the last hurrah for the Warriors, they won't be back. And so they also lost some elements from this team. Then you look at the Denver Nuggets, approaching second apron status. They blew up their team. Boston Celtics, last year they tried to repeat, but the Knicks, salute to the New York Knicks, got them the hell up out of there. If I could just right now add that to my arsenal, we already dethroned the previous champion. Why not dethrone the Oklahoma City Thunder if they just so happen to make it to the finals? I don't think they'll make it to the finals. And the Oklahoma City Thunder. And the reason why I'm respecting this modern history, because like all of these teams, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they didn't do nothing to get better. They did make the Jared McCain trade, which is a solid trade. But would you say that Jared McCain makes them a better team? I wouldn't say that. I would not say that Jared McCain makes the Oklahoma City a better team. Now, he's a better fit and he does things for them. But is he somebody that I say, well, yeah, we won the championship because we added Jared McCain? I wouldn't say that. So all of these teams made subtle moves to their bench or whatever, but none of these teams could retain the success that they had the previous year. As great as we thought Boston was, and granted, remember, Cleveland had that fast start and stole all of Boston's thunder in the regular season, and then we took the win out of Boston's sails in the playoffs. So they didn't get a chance to repeat and show that, hey, we are better, or hey, we are just as good as the previous year. The Oklahoma City Thunder is not as dominant this year as they was last year. And how do we know that? More so than just the wins and losses. Salute to everybody who knows exactly where I'm going to go to when I go to the standing. What about this differential? Last year, they broke the record for point differential. I think it was, 13 or something like that? This year, they're down. They're minus on differential. They're still dominant. They still got 57 wins, okay? They're still going to probably win 60 wins. That's fine. But they're not as dominant as they was last year. What tells me your dominance is your differential. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So when you look at it from, that aspect, you can make a case just against OKC versus the field. Now, whether the Knicks win the championship or not, I'm not saying that we represent the field. I think we got a great chance when you look at the field. But in talking about the field, we could shift gears to this article here. And just, I'm not going to go deeply into the teams, but you do have the Lakers, right? And then you have the Knicks, right? You have Minnesota, right? You have the Cavs, Detroit, Boston, San Antonio. Well, okay, I forgot. So the Knicks are not listed in the 6. I forgot. They were an honorable mention. All right. So technically we're not in the 6. My fault. I forgot about that. I wanted to talk about this yesterday. I didn't look at this since yesterday. Anyway, so they don't have us in the top 6. Somehow the Cleveland Cavaliers leapfrogged us and they got into the top 6. Can someone explain that to me? I don't understand that. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to take Cleveland out and then replace us with Cleveland. But based on this article here, it makes good claims as to why either of these teams could win against, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I disagree with this. I don't think San Antonio has a prayer's chance of beating, of going to the finals. I don't even see that happening for San Antonio, let alone winning the championship. They're too green. We talk about Oklahoma City Thunder, right? Remember, they were a first seed before they won the championship, before that year. They paid their dues. You don't just come out of nowhere and now you win the championship and now they're the biggest threat. So a lot of casual, basketball kind of thing. Well, I don't want to say I want to say they're not really doing all of their homework. I'll just say it like that. Put it like that. And Detroit is another team that's not even going to make it that far to me. And I'm not saying it because of Cade. I'm saying it because of history. You don't just go from 17 wins to a championship. That doesn't happen. You got to take your lumps. You got to win a playoff series. You got to lose a couple before you get to the mountaintop. That's just what it is. You have to learn how to win by losing in this league. All of the greats have been through it. Joke it. All of these guys on this list. OKC, they went through it. Boston, they went through the gauntlet. Denver, gauntlet. Golden State, gauntlet. Milwaukee Bucks, definitely the gauntlet. Los Angeles Lakers kind of emerged out of nowhere because they made moves for AD, whatever. But not too many teams have what the Lakers have. Toronto Raptors been a top team in the East. And then Golden State Warriors again, and then Cleveland. So you don't just get to the top. It's not how it works. You got to fight your way up, claw your way up. Some teams get there faster than others. So I'm not jacking the San Antonio, but I just want to stick to us as the Knicks. And I got some arguments that this article failed to mention. You know why? Because they don't watch the Knicks basketball like that. I'm just using them as okay, this is an interesting question, an interesting topic. The closer we get to the playoffs, and honestly, my conversation has little to do with the game. We could win the game by 30. Is not going to really enhance my argument for the playoffs. Why? Because there's no direct correlation between the regular season and the postseason. Just because you beat a team in the regular season doesn't mean you're going to beat them in the postseason. We all know that standard. Okay? So, like San Antonio is, they're a great team, and they're another regular season dream. We are 1 out of 3 teams that are top 5 in offense and top 5 in defense. I think that that's a major advantage. It is the reason why I told you what their identity is. The Knicks are a two-way team, right? That is very versatile, a versatile two-way team that can beat you in a variety of ways. They can play fast. They can play slow. Their defense is just as good as their offense. And when their offense is clicking, good luck. That is our identity. A lot of y'all are tied to defense. 90s. Let's go. Didn't win us no championship. Sorry. I love it. We got beat by the two-way teams. Chicago Bulls was a two-way team. Great defensively and offensively. We focus on defense. Yeah. Defense. Got to be able to do both. Knicks, we're only 1 out of 3 teams. Now, Boston is that other team. San Antonio is that other team. But we are there too. And a lot of you guys have to embrace what it is. Now, I said something is off about the Thunder matchup because I know my history, right? And I know that it's very hard to defy odds. It's like coming back from a 3-0 series. When you say this never has happened, it doesn't mean that it can't happen. But I deal with probability. I don't deal with possibilities. That's why I allow y'all to call up, and anything is possible, but I deal with probability. The probability is very low that you'll come back from a 3-0 deficit. It's possible, but it hasn't been done. And that doesn't mean it's a 0% chance. It's just a very low chance. One of the things that concerns me about the OKC matchup in the finals is no team. So now we talking about 0%. Has beat a champion that has double-digit point differential if they have single-digit point differential. Example, last year, OKC set the record for differential. The Indiana Pacers had a single-digit differential, plus whatever they was. Let's just say it was +5. No team with a plus double-digit differential has lost to a team with single-digit differential. And I'm going to go back so we can look at differential. If you're basing it on that history, then the Knicks don't have a shot because we only got a plus 6.7, which is good, but it pales in comparison to the 11.2. And they are the only 11.2 in basketball. But if we go into history, not that far ago, and we look at all of these champions, do you guys notice the trend? When Toronto lost, they were nowhere near close to going back to the finals. When the Lakers lost, they didn't get nowhere near back to the finals. Well, they did, but not. They went to the conference finals, but not the following year. The Milwaukee Bucks, same thing. First round bowouts. Golden State Warriors, play-in dream contenders. Denver Nuggets, no finals. Boston Celtics, cooked in the second round last year. So any team that has won the championship has not gone back to the finals in the last 7 years. That's very important news. So that is part of my concern because there's no way for us to get our differential up to 10. But these things do matter in the grand scheme of things. Doesn't mean that you couldn't do it. But what I'm banking on is us not even seeing the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I think that, and this might sound crazy, so hold your hearts, but I'm going to say this. I think we have a better chance of getting to the finals than Oklahoma City does. And there's so much uncertainty in the West. When you go back to this list, right? While I think the list is like just not right, but when you look at this list, you got San Antonio, you got Denver. I don't know how the hell Cleveland got it. I really don't. You got Minnesota. Man, screw the list. Because the list is trash. All right, whatever. Great concept. The list is trash. All of these teams from 3 to 6, that's 4 teams that I would not be surprised. And really, I want to say 3 to 5. I don't want to include Houston. I don't think Houston got a prayer's chance of making it past the first round. That's a whole nother topic. But Lakers, Denver, Minnesota, those 3 teams. If you want to throw San Antonio, you could. I just don't think San Antonio is going to get that far. I think that those 3 teams right there have the 3 best chances of getting to the finals in the West. I think those 3 teams right there are the most battle-tested, and I think that they have the better. Well, the Lakers are not really battle-tested with Luka. But with LeBron and Reeves and the rest of them, they are, right? But those 3 teams right there, I feel like are the most room to make a finals run. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of those 3 teams, Denver, LA, Minnesota, they get to the finals. If one of those 3 teams gets to the finals, we're definitely cooking them. If San Antonio magically gets to the finals, we definitely cooking them. While I am confident in our abilities to beat Oklahoma City, I cannot ignore history. When you say never, it never has happened. Doesn't mean it couldn't happen. You just got to weigh your odds. We do have the whole MVP first team quagmire. We don't have a first team or MVP on our team. We don't. It's a huge disadvantage if you're basing it on what has happened in history. Now, if you say screw the history, I don't care about the history, let's go Knicks, okay, it's possible. But I do have my concerns about that part. As far as just the matchup itself, we could beat them. Somebody's called up earlier, said something about turnovers. Let's not turn over the ball, right? And rebound. 2 areas of the game that is very important. You do that, you slow them down because they're trying to get in transition. They're trying to get splayed threes and all of that stuff. So that's going to be very important. I think our record against the top 10 defenses, offenses, top 10, a lot of the top 10 efficiency teams, we are plus 500. So I think we carry that energy into a postseason as well. Early on, before the All-Star break, I had a stat where it said that the Knicks were the only team in the East that were top 10 against top 10 offenses and top 10 against top 10 defenses. So we have performed against good teams, contrary to popular belief. All right. Now, when things slow down in the playoffs, I talk about half-court offense. The half-court offense, we have an advantage against a lot of teams because a lot of these teams are just spray transition. Now, they do have SGA, who is the best player in the world. And usually when you have the best player on the floor, on the better team, they win. That's usually how it goes. You rarely see that in the finals. The best play, it happens, but it's very rare. And even in that moment, you could question, was that player the better player? So the OKC matchup, I could see us beating them, but then I'm like, there's some things I need to be humble about. SGA is the best player on the floor, so I would put him ahead of Brunson. But if you go to the second and third best players on the floor, who would those players be? Is it Jalen Williams? Is it Isaiah Hartenstein? What about Chet? Or would you say it's Brunson and Towns? They got a deeper team than us of guys that could make plays. But I think that our team has great depth, and I don't think it matters to because I think we could put out a solid 10-man lineup if we needed to. But we do got a game against Oklahoma City Thunder, and I think we could win. If we have a very good win against Charlotte, I think that could propel us to get 9 wins in a row. But that energy of when we're going to lose and we just look like we're going to win, carrying that same energy into the postseason is going to be phenomenal. And this year's team is, and by the way, I didn't watch it, but I laughed. Y'all probably seen it because y'all watch ESPN like that. But I saw a video where Stephen A. Smith, there was a title that says Stephen A. Smith has confidence now in New York. Now he has confidence in New York. I didn't watch the clip, but it's funny to me. And I just know that as we continue to prove these guys wrong, they're going to come back trying to kiss the ring and be like, oh, I always knew New York had the opportunity. Oh, I always knew. Come on, y'all. We're not going to let these guys get a pass either. We're going to call them out every single time for their foolery. He said that the season was over for the Knicks. It's over once we lost to Detroit. We're going to turn all of these guys, the non-believers, into believers. But the Oklahoma City matchup, I see how we can beat them, but I don't want to see them in the finals. But the good news is I don't think we're going to see them in the finals. So I'm in the middle right now with OKC. I gave you the history of what I'm looking at. And this is real history. And I'm a history guy. It's going to be a tall task. But these Knicks have had one of the best records in the last 30 games. Will that carry over to the playoffs? We see what the Pacers did. Big time salute to El Figgy, because she said it on the previous show that Pacers had the best record. And we all quoted, multiple of us quoted that they had the best record in the second half of the season and how that prepared them for a deep playoff run, just playing good basketball. And I think that's where we are now. And we may just be in the position to shock the world. Big time salute to everybody who's in the building. I do appreciate your support. Continue to like the video. If you didn't already, help us get the likes up. We try to do 100 likes minimum every single time. So help us not try. Let's do. Smash that like button. Big time salute to my man Yuri. I appreciate you. OKF Nation once again. And also, matter of opinion. Welcome to OKF Nation Plus. Big time salute to you for getting plus. Now you get access to the 100 Knicks stats. It comes with a lot with the plus, man. Big time salute. You get a call back. I'm not sure if you ever called before, but you get the call back and you're on the road to no clock status, man. I do appreciate your support, man. Let me see. Make sure I got all these supers. Okay, I got all the supers as well. I do appreciate the support. Continue to smash that like button, man. We still cooking with hot grease. And the phone lines are still open. And if I missed your call, I will call back. So all you got to do is hit the line 646-995-8389. Call up. Voice your opinion. I just talked about OKC. And, I didn't get it to the keeping the team together. I might do that. If not, we'll save that for another show. Why it may be harder to keep the team together. Hold on. Let me just check my call logs. Let me see if, Sean, hopefully you're available. I'm calling you back. If I miss your call, I do call back. Everybody gets an opportunity to speak their mind on the Blue and Orange Brunch. What's good, Sean? How you feeling, family?
Yo, what's good, bro?
Nothing much, man. We just talking about these Knicks. How you feeling about OKC? What's your thoughts?
Okay, well, first I want to thank you, man. Appreciate you for picking up my call again, and
No doubt.
keep doing what you're doing, bro. I
Thank
really
you.
salute what you're doing. You is one of the callers said, man, you're the only one that really let people come up here and talk their minds about the Knicks, man, and that is really appreciated. Die hard Knicks, we need that sometimes. So
yeah, I'm gonna allow you to speak whether we agree or disagree. Whether we agree or disagree. Go ahead, family.
Yes, sir. So the only thing I want to say about OKC, what I'm worried about them is now their team is not defensively as good as they was last year. I feel like I feel like from when I watched them, they got holes on their 3-point line, as in guarding it. They will let shooters that they believe that can't shoot. So we have good shooting nights, we can beat them. What I'm worried about mostly is the calls that Shea gets. SGA just gets these weird ass, excuse my language, but he gets these weird calls that shouldn't even be in basketball. But then when you go down to the other end, Cat is getting smacked in his face, Brunson is getting pushed all around, and not a single call be made. So that's what I'm worried about. And also other things that kill the Knicks. I don't know why it kills us, but OKC role players. If we can hold Aaron Wiggins, Carson Wallace, McCain, all of them in check, we can beat them. If we can't hold them in check, if one of them go off like Aaron Wiggins did the last time we played them, he went off with, I want to say 5 threes. If we do that, we're going to have a long series with them. If we can control that and we can play our brand of basketball, and that is the gritty, beat them up, shoot and spray. If we can do that, I think we can handle that. I think we can handle OKC. I really feel like this team that we got constructed this year is capable for a long run. We have to play consistent basketball, though. That is the key thing that I'm looking at. That is
do you think we developed our consistency more, or this developed consistency period during this last 7-game winning streak?
Well, yes and no. Now, hear me out when I say this. Yes, I say we have, because we develop ways on how to win. If it's starting slow, coming back and win. If it's fighting teams and still coming and winning throughout. Only thing that I'm worried about is now we were struggling with teams that were below 500. Now, don't get me wrong. We won the game. Yes, we still won. But it's like defensively, we got to tweak up. Cat got to move his feet. Cat was playing good defense, but for some reason, like last night in the game before, he's just not moving his feet too good. I don't know if it's the knee. I don't know if it's something that he's still going on with his dad. I understand that, and that's respect, so I give him a pass. But I just think he's not moving his feet too much. Just defensively. We just need to tweak up some things and just show up that 3-point line, man. If we can guard up the 3-point line better, I think we'd be good. Also, another thing I wanted to say real quick, I was on last night when y'all was talking about LeBron. LeBron, man, I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm a Melo fan. Before when I
Of
first
course.
loved basketball, I love Carmelo Anthony. He stole his rookie of the year. First of all, it should have
That's
been
facts.
Carmelo. Okay. Second, like the man said last night, they gave LeBron the keys when he was a young boy in high school. When
Yeah.
he did that, he slowly started gravitating and learn like, man, I can make decisions that's way beyond me. But since I am who I am and they crowned me who I am, I can make these decisions. And that's
Okay.
exactly what he did. He made these decisions. Then every other kid coming up, every other basketball player after that was like, well, since LeBron can do it, why not? I'm
Right.
from stay with a team, grind hard, and win a ring. I'm loyal
You
to
and
my
that.
team.
That's the old
I'm
school
loyal.
basketball, Sean. I
Yes.
appreciate you, Sean. I got you. I got you,
Yes.
brother. Big time
So
salute, man.
big time salute, man. I'll holler at you next time you up here, man. Appreciate the
Thank
call
you.
again, man. Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you. All right. Definitely. Listen, y'all could always call up on my show. Some shows are not call-up shows. Like when I do the podcast, Knicks at 10, like I got the Mikal Bridges trial, I do accept calls. But some shows I don't take calls, but most of the shows we do, especially the Blue and Orange Brunch, we will, wait, hold on. Grady High School. Where we going, Grady?
Yes, sir. What's
Big time
going on?
salute. Hey, man, we having a great day, man. Just talking this Knicks talk. What say you?
All right, so I just want to touch on the last topic that the last caller just said, and I'm going to get into what you was talking about today. So I was also listening. I was replay gang last night. I'm a LeBron hater, and I never, ever want to see that dude in the Knicks uniform. I do not want to give him the satisfaction of getting us a title in my lifetime. I can't do it. I don't know if you remember KG from high school, Kevin James. I remember in high school, he was telling me about this dude. I don't know if he was telling the truth, but he was like, yo, man, I got my cousin. He in Akron. He mad nice. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And just like the dude, I'm a Carmelo fan. I don't know if it's because his last name is my first name and I was hype about that or what, but I love his game. So I never, ever want to see LeBron James in a Knicks uniform. Ever. So that's what I'm saying there. I know I'm biased. I've been a LeBron hater since 2002 when we was in high school.
I can't tell you nothing about that. Yep.
Man.
I can't tell you nothing about that. That's a long time.
I've been a Knicks hater since then. Man, I joined the military in 2004. I retired 24. This dude's still hooping, and I'm still hating, and I'm gonna keep hating.
So you retired before him?
Yeah, I retired before him, man. I joined in 2004, retired in 2024. I did 20 years in the Air Force. Was hating to do the different duty stations and part of the countries. Man, come on, man. I've rubbed everybody knows me from the military, knows that I've been a LeBron hater, and that's never going to change.
Right.
Yeah, but enough about that dude. I think we could beat OKC. I believe we can beat them, but I think when we get to the finals, I truly believe that's the one team that we're going to have to change up our game plan against. I don't believe Jalen
100%.
Brunson will be able to, when I say lead us, I don't believe he'll be able to lead us in scoring the way that he does. I feel like that can get us to the finals, but I believe it'll have to be a total team effort against them because I believe they have enough wing depth to stop him or just make it difficult, not stop him. But I believe he has to be selective in his shot selection, and he has to just rely on everybody else to lead us. I was watching the Roommates podcast with Andre Iguodala, and when he said, yo, Mikal is the key, I felt it in my soul, and I believe that.
Say that again. Who was the key? Was that my
he
client?
Said your client is the key.
Okay,
That's what Andre Iguodala said, and I said, yes, I believe him. Because I remember when Mikal was on his podcast, he was like, no, you the best player in New York, when he was talking about when Mikal was in Brooklyn. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting point of view. But I agree that I believe Jalen can lead us to the finals, but I believe if we go against OKC, like his play style will have to change, and he may not be like finals MVP or anything like that, but I believe
I don't give a damn.
I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care, but I believe it will be too frustrating for him against OKC. I believe that's one of the teams that I don't think his play style would win us a series against them.
Got you.
Yeah.
Great point. And no, hold on. Last question before you go.
Talk to me.
So Are you gonna be like the rest of them if LeBron did come to New York? Are you gonna still be orange and blue, or are you gonna be like the rest of them that get out of here because the Knicks made a decision they didn't like?
Okay, you want to know the truth, man? Man, it'll hurt. I couldn't root for him. You know how much of a hater I am. I root against that dude when he's playing in the U.S. Like,
I know.
I'm like, yo, pass Melo the ball. I'm like, yo, get D Wade the ball, and when he scores, I'm like, whatever, yo. Like my hate for him is just like that ball-headed dude in Chicago. Like, I've never wore a pair of this dude's shoes in my life.
Oh yeah, me too. We're on the same page.
Yo,
we're on the same page.
I can't rock with that dude, and I feel like LeBron is the same for me, man. You're right. All right, one last thing. I just have to tell this to your callers because I don't want to lie. Anybody who knows me, they know I listen to the show. I don't want them to say, "Oh, you a liar." I rocked LeBron's one time, my 21st birthday. I was stationed in Alaska. I went to Hawaii. I went to Hawaii because I didn't want to turn 21 in Alaska, so I visited Hawaii for my 21st birthday. And I didn't bring any hooping shoes, but my buddies were stationed there. And so they was like, yo, let's hoop. I put on some that's how much of a Carmelo Anthony fan I am. That's the only pair of Jordans I ever put on my feet was the Carmelos. I looked at my feet in the dorm room, and I was like, yo, I can't do this. So I played ball in my Air Force. I'd rather break my ankles than be seen in that ball-headed dude from Chicago sneakers. I'm just being 100% honest. In case anybody's listening, like, yo, wait a minute, you told us you wore it one time, okay? But yeah, that's all I got.
I got you, family. Big time salute, man.
All right, later, man.
All right. I ain't gonna lie. When I was a younger kid, before I could pick my own sneakers, I'm pretty sure my parents bought me Jordans because my dad was always in the Jordan. So I'm pretty sure I did. I kind of like blurred those moments out of my brain. But once I was old enough to pick my own sneakers out and then buy my own sneakers, I would never, ever in life wear that bald-headed guy out of Chicago shoes. Man, I hated the Bulls and I hated him because he beat us every time. So yeah, and I was young. So I'm not going for it. All right. Big time salute to my man. That's Grady High School. Let me see if this person is still available. If I did call you, I am doing callbacks. Hold on, let me just make sure I'm good on the super chat side. By the way, continue smashing that like button. All right. And it's very important for the algorithm that we continue to get the likes up so more people can know about this show and this channel. And if you're not subscribed, you might as well subscribe now. We got giveaways. Listen, we go live twice a day, every day. And that's whether there's a game on or not. And tonight, I will be back doing the Mikal Bridges trial. I'm just not sure the time. So it'll probably be around 8:39. Not 100 on the time right now. Because there is some games that I have to watch. So, and then I got to watch some more Charlotte games. So, but I'm definitely going back again live tonight. Let me see. 646-995-8389. Call up. Let me see if this person answers. Uh-oh. How's it going, man? Vibes in the building.
Please leave your message for...
Oh, I thought he answered the phone. All right, Vibes, call back. We get my man D from LA on the line. What's good, D from LA? How you feeling?
I'm Gucci. First things first, the gentleman who just called, thank you for your service. But no, thank you for your phone call, boss. I'm sorry.
Let's go. Are we about to start off some triggers? Are you triggered? Let's go.
And I'll put the $5 in the chat for him to jump back on, even though he might not even need it. But I just want to hear his opinion of this. So he said he got into the military in 2003.
Yep.
If you add his career or his military career plus LeBron James' career, you would need to add 7 more years to go back to the last time we won a championship as a Knicks organization.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Yes. You would need 7 more years. If LeBron James can show up as a Knick on a minimum, what's the first flight out of LAX? I will become the pilot to fly him here myself. And I don't even really like LeBron James.
Right. All of us are not fond of him like that,
right.
But we understand the value that he would possess.
And funny thing is, I'm in LA, and there's a larger percentage of Lakers fans who still don't like this dude. Because you just got to think about the timing of when he got to LA. When he got to LA, he didn't do a press conference. When they won the championship, there was no parade because it was COVID. When he started like reaching certain milestones is right when Kobe passed away. And even when he showed up here, they didn't want him. There was like murals and LA canceling him on things. They don't like the guy. So I get that, trust me. But as a Knicks fan, though, I'm still waiting for the Knicks to have a, as I've mentioned multiple times, Kobe, Shaq, Malone, Gary Payton run. Because that's still going to happen. Because again, for that legacy play, there are a lot of legacy players who want that Knicks championship in their name. You could just tell. I will not be shocked if Steph Curry ends up a Knick at some point. Because
listen, I will argue for them, D. I would be their biggest advocate. They would have the objective. LeBron would be the greatest of all time.
And let's actually add another layer to this. We saw that the NBA just announced that they're actually going down, even though it's just $1 million, but it's still a decrease in salary cap. Guys, the NBA is going to need the Knicks pretty soon, if not already. They're going to need. It's the reason why Giannis is most likely going to end up here. They're going to need clout from the Knicks because there's so much data that proves, number one, every arena that the Knicks show up to, they're selling it out. So you mentioned the Knicks on the internet, it's traffic. They already know, okay, we're looking around the league. We can't find a face for the league. We have Victor, but we'll see. The Knicks logo is going to be prominent going forward.
That's
whoever needs to show up for real, though. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. And, like, I just think I get what people are saying because, trust me, I can't stand LeBron James for a lot of reasons. But I also do want to point out one reason why a lot of people don't like LeBron that I think we would advise our kids to do. If my son has LeBron James's talent and I understand the professional world, I'm telling him to navigate the professional world the exact same way LeBron did. Hold your leverage. For real, though. Hold your leverage and don't sell yourself short. I'm sorry, Cleveland. Nobody wants to be in Cleveland.
Nope.
I'm only here because I was born here and the story is great. But I'm not picking Cleveland over Miami. I'm not telling my son to pick Cleveland over New York. It's just not happening. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
so
no.
I get the hate, but like if we use logic, come on. LeBron as at a minimum, as a Knick, I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? I do not mind it at all. At all. Now I do got a question that I would like you to answer once I get off the phone call because we have the conversation. You're talking about OKC, and you mentioned Hartenstein and Chet and basically the lineup. No. I want your opinion because I want to get your perspective. We have the conversation about the double big. You have a point that this specific double big lineup may not be as productive as it can be. I don't think it's because of the double big. I think it's because of how Mike Brown might be using it. I think there might be different ways to get more production out of that double big lineup. But in competition with OKC, having double bigs and a lot of bigger players, what would your approach be? Without using a double big lineup, what would your approach be to compete with them? And I'll leave it at that. You can.
That's a great question.
I got you.
Big time.
No doubt.
All right. Really quickly, I'm gonna answer that question. I also want to say this: I'm not the biggest LeBron fan either. I'm not gonna cap. I used to always argue against LeBron, and I'm just trying. Until one day, I was like, "Yo, why do I not like LeBron? It's not like he beat the Knicks every year in the finals or in the Eastern Finals. Like me personally, I don't have the same experience like the bald-headed guy in Chicago. He used to beat us every year. I just couldn't stand him. But with LeBron, I didn't really have that same experience. In fact, like there was a lot of years I wanted to face LeBron, but our team just couldn't get there. Whether it was the Melo team, it just never happened. The team wasn't good enough. And that one year we lost to LeBron, come on, dude. None of us believed that we had a chance to win no goddamn championship. So I'm just looking at it to all the LeBron people that don't like him. I'm not, head over heels for the guy. I'm only thinking about the championship experience and bringing that to the locker room, and having that mentality there. Whether say what you want, he's a great player with experience. That's all we trying to say. But listen, if you are triggered at any point, I'm just letting you know, because I got a feeling some people might get triggered. When you hear this sound effect, you already know. You can always get back on the line by sending in a donation, all right? And I'll get you right back on. Speaking of OKF Nation Plus, hold on. I got to get this brother on the line. What's going on, Rock? I mean, I'm not Rock. Tugboat Taylor. Rock is next. I'm coming to you next, Rock. But what's going on, Tugboat Taylor?
Not much, man. What's going on? I just hopped in on the vid. What's the LeBron talk? LeBron coming to the Knicks?
No. All right. So no, we talking about OKC, but because we do such great shows, the people who watched last night's show, wanted to talk about LeBron because I think I might have said that, hey, I wouldn't mind LeBron coming on a minimum or something like that. Then that led to a whole bunch of callbacks and people were triggered. You was there.
No. I was in and out. I was there, but I
you was
wasn't
in
there.
and out.
Yeah,
Got you. Yeah. I got it. It was late too. It was super late. So that's all. We were just following up on that.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, oh shoot, LeBron come to the Knicks. I wouldn't mind that. How you feel about it?
I was arguing for it. I'm not the biggest LeBron fan at all.
Yeah, no, I ain't a big LeBron fan at all. But I mean, vet minimum.
You got it right.
And I mean, but the only thing is, the only pushback I have on that is I wouldn't want a ring because LeBron. I wouldn't want that. I want a ring by any means necessary, but that's one of the means I'm like, I don't want it that way though, for real.
But you take it though. You ain't gonna leave, are you?
No. I ain't going nowhere. No. We've been through too much. I ain't going nowhere. But yeah, I don't know. I take it, but it's
I get you. I get what you're saying. You feel like, we've been grinding against this guy, or this guy just was supposed to come in here. Now we got to team up with the enemy to go get.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, but because I don't know if you noticed, he don't lose in the Garden. I think he's perfect against us in the Garden. Like he ain't lost a game in the Garden against us ever. So he is an enemy of the state for real.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about OKC?
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of conflicted. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. While in one breath, I feel like we could beat them, but looking at history, see, I'm a big respecter of history, and it doesn't fail you. So when you look at the history of what transpires, the team with double differential in the finals has never lost to a team with single-digit differential.
Okay.
So yeah. So that could. Then you add on top of it, Jalen Brunson's not a first-team All-NBA, first-team All-NBA and MVP. That's another factor you have to add to the goddamn championship. So it's tough.
And the big factor, I don't know if you touched on it, the refs. The OKC refs is crazy.
That's another part.
That's how we got last time.
Some other callers touched on that. Yeah, the refs are
Yeah, that's the other part. I'm not a blame the ref type of guy, but with OKC, you never know you know what you're gonna get, but it's like, man, you really going against the grain.
Right.
But yeah, I was just tapping in just to see. I was like, yo, we got LeBron. We get LeBron. Is that in the works?
Nah.
Okay.
No, sir.
We just talking it into what's that word? Into fruition.
Yeah, you know what I was doing? I'm gonna keep it real. I was like, yo, you get Giannis, then you go get LeBron on the minimum. I was kind of dreaming. It was a dream.
Yeah. I want to see your vision board, because you be trying to manifest some things for the Knicks. I want to see what that vision board is.
Listen, I understand the history and the politics of the league, and this league is about superstars, which we don't have a super. You could say Jalen Brunson is a superstar if you want to. Big time salute the captain. We love him. But let's keep it real. If we were in Oklahoma, Jalen Brunson would not be fourth in jersey sales.
We don't
if
get
we were in Oklahoma,
though, right?
And that's the problem. And that's my argument. That's why
even the Melo days, I'm
win.
like, yeah, New York Melo ain't better than Denver Melo to me. It ain't the same Melo.
That's an argument.
The Phil Jackson, that whole Fugazi nonsense.
Yeah, Phil Jackson, that oh God. He set
really
us back 10 years.
He really destroyed. Yeah, exactly.
That's a whole nother topic. But to bring it back to Melo, while Melo is a great player and he's top 75, big time salute to Melo, I never want to seem like I'm dissing Melo. Because I feel like sometimes I'm talking about him and I'm not bigging him up. I'm kind of like showing the other side. I never put him down. And I'm saying what he's not. And I hate doing that, but it's the truth. He's not a first teamer in his career, and he's not a finals MVP, nor did he score 50 in the finals. So I wouldn't even use Melo as the barometer for what I'm talking about. The closest thing to what I'm talking about was Patrick Ewing.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just don't think the Knicks. I don't know what it is about us. We the highest market team, but we don't get stars for some reason. I don't know if that's a Dolan thing. I don't know why that's the case. So yeah, that'd be interesting.
You know what?
We get any of them.
I'm gonna do a bonus video on that. Why we don't get stars unfiltered for the members. I'm gonna do that.
I'll definitely tap in.
Yeah. That might be a recorded video though. But members only Sundays is coming back this Sunday though.
All right, bet. You say you're gonna be on later tonight too?
Oh yeah, Mikal Bridges trial.
Oh, you got the trial tonight?
Yeah. I'm arguing that he should remain in the starting lineup.
I just seen Stephen A. out here giving that man flowers too. Everybody giving Mikal flowers all of a sudden.
Get
Yeah,
that
so
Oh, the Knicks have no chance. They're done. The season is finished. Oh, but I only said that for Detroit, and
yeah, I told you.
I didn't mean that.
SAS is ASS, bro. That's what he is. But all right, bro, I definitely tap in on that and see if you got cooked up for that.
I appreciate you, Tugboat Taylor. Big time.
All right, bro. Likewise, man. Stay blessed.
All right. Big time salute to my man Tugboat Taylor. By the way, if you wonder why he don't got no clock, he's OKF Nation Plus. And he gets a call back. When he's triggered, he could always call back. Big time salute to my man D from LA. Grady High School, do you want to get back on? Because my man D from LA, he donated a call back. So Grady, screw it, I'm just gonna call you. I'm just gonna call him back. I'm gonna force him to get on the line. Because I want to know if he want to respond. Let's see if Grady answers. Uh-oh.
Yes,
so
sir.
My man wanted to get you back on the line. So
okay.
Where we go? Because he said, yo, this is for anyone who was triggered. So I'm pretty sure you heard the conversation.
Yeah,
so
I did hear the conversation. For one, that was a bar. He said, "Thank you for your service. No, thank you for your phone call." I bust out laughing. That was hilarious.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I debate with this guy every other day. Don't mind him. He does say some good things. But go ahead. What do you got to say?
No. Yeah, it's just that I don't believe he deserves to be a Knick. And I think people are just scared of the weight. I don't want you coming. I think that's that old school New York in me. It's like, yo, don't come when stuff is good. Don't come here when stuff is good. If you didn't want to, for one, I never wanted him on the team. I was stationed in West Virginia when the 2010 decision stuff happened. I remember being at work, and I just started shaking my head because they knew I was a hater, but it was that I just started shaking. I was like, yo, that's just weak. Like, yo, you joining up? It was just like, what is this? What, like, that just was weak to me. So I never wanted him on the Knicks, for one, because I know some people, that's their theory. Like, oh, you just wanted him on the Knicks. You mad he never came? I never wanted him on the Knicks ever.
Right.
So that's that. But yeah, man, I don't want the drama that comes with that guy. There's just too much extra stuff and things have to cater to him. I don't want his mind. I don't want any of that stuff. I would have taken Chris Paul's mind as like that Malcolm Brogdon role before I like that. He said he was like that. I would have taken. I would have been cool with he don't have a ring. We don't have a ring. I don't want him coming doing all that crowning stuff, throwing up powder. I don't want none of that at the Garden. I don't want any of his theatrics and acting. And he's going to be able to, what he's going to be able to say after, just like you said, he would go down as being the best of all time if he brings the Knicks a championship. I never want that. I never want that. I appreciate somebody in the comments like, yo, that dude, he hates LeBron more than me. I probably do, man. I do not ever want to see that dude.
I saw your comment. I didn't get a chance to respond to it. You put up a comment saying how much you dislike LeBron. This was on a previous video.
Yes. Like, man, funny story. So I was at the Orlando Magic Laker game because I was like, you know what? I know this guy's an all-time great. I want my kids to be able to see him. So I had family come in from different places, and we all went there together. It felt good to boo him in person again. Last time I did that, I was at a DC game back in his first stint in Cleveland, and I was booing him. And that's when it was right after the wars with Gilbert. So, the fans really hated him. So I felt at home there. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I loved it. But, yeah, man, I just don't want to see him in the Knicks uniform. I'm usually tired of seeing this dude in the league, man. I'm just don't.
That might be up. That time might be coming up.
Yeah, I can't wait. My group chat, other dudes from our high school, they're like, yo, who you gonna hate on next? It's like, no, it's not a thing. Like I have to find somebody to hate on. I'm not Skip Bayless. I just don't like the dude.
I hear you. Nah, I got you.
Yeah,
but I got you, man. I ain't mad.
Yes, but that's all. I just don't. I just never ever wanted him in a Knicks uniform, and I don't want to give him the satisfaction of saying I led you guys there. Even though, of course, like you said, he wouldn't be the man or anything like that. Right. I'm orange and blue until I die. I have a diss song for one of our best, 100%. One of our homies from high school. I made a diss song. The only reason why I just don't make it, it's a private link on my YouTube page. I don't want to make it public because he's my guy. But Yeah, I have a diss song to him that I released last year after we lost in the playoffs. He's one of those Knicks fan turned Net fans, and yeah, we both know him from high school, and he knows what I'm talking about. I'm sending him his video, so I'm talking about him. I want him to know that I'm talking about him. He know I'm gonna send him this clip after you get off to the live, so with the timestamp, so he knows that I'm talking about him. And at any moment, I can release that video.
I need to somehow be added to this group chat or this. I need to see this. Oh Lord. All right.
Man, I will. But yeah, man, it's a good video, I think. And
okay.
you might have a cameo. No, you're not. I put pictures up from high school and all of that stuff. Yeah, it was. I made it a spectacle. But yeah, but that's all I got, man. That's
big time.
Salute to the person who donated that callback, the trigger callback.
That was him.
I was looking at. I was like, oh, I should call back. I was like, you know what? Let the show rock. Let the show rock. So I appreciate you calling me back. Thank you.
Of course, I'm gonna get you on the line.
You felt it. I appreciate that.
No, because he said he would give it to you. So I said, all right. So I said, I bet. So if he does do it, I'm gonna give it to you. So that's why, so big time.
I appreciate that.
No doubt.
It's salute to you, salute to all the callers and everything. All love is love. We all love the Knicks, though. Yeah.
Big time, of course. Yeah. But we disagree, and that's good too. Big time salute.
Later, man.
All right. It's my man Gun Clap out of Grady High School. Who was that? Somebody asked, what year was that? Somebody said, what year was that? That we graduated in 03, by the way. Big ties to my man D from LA. He says, I think he deserves to be a Knick. Damn. Valid. Uh-oh, you trying to trigger people. Triggered. I'm going to say this, D. Yeah. I wouldn't mind him coming. I'm going to keep it real. I wouldn't mind the brother coming to the Knicks. I think that his experience could help catapult us to the championship if we don't win the championship this year. Uh-oh. Rock from the ATL in the building. Hopefully you're not triggered too. Or hopefully you are at some point. But, we somehow got back to LeBron. I don't know how we got there. I really don't. But what's going on?
Bro, I was thinking ABC. Y'all got me on E, F, and G now, man, with this LeBron stuff, man.
Right. I didn't know. I didn't plan for it to happen.
Yo, shout out to that brother from the military. I was grooming.
Yeah, my man Gun Clap.
So they started talking about the LeBron mess, man. We don't need LeBron, man. LeBron, LeBron, the dude is selfish and he a user. In the sense that all he would come to the New York to do is use us to try to get closer to Mike's championship to his 6 rings. But
right, but you know my man from Grady agree with you. It's D from LA who don't agree with you.
I vehemently disagree with D in LA.
Okay, got you.
Because man, this dude ain't I don't know. Let me ask you And whenever D call back, I don't know if you're coming on tonight.
Yes, Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, no, not even about Mikal, but yeah. Oh, okay. Mikal Bridges. You're right. He is the connector. And you know
I'm doing the trial, another trial date.
You don't have to defend him no more. You know why? I have a new perspective on him.
Okay.
You can if you want, but this is my perspective. He does his job. He is the connector, like you say. I had to give it some thought and ponder it. But his lack of accurate shooting is not affecting us in a sense as far as losses. So I'm not gonna sweat.
Bingo.
If it was helping us lose, then that'd be a different story. So I'm expecting at some point between the next game and the playoffs for him to start exploding, and that'll be a plus for us.
Right.
So long as he's doing his job, being part of Wingstop, I'm good. But
bingo.
Yeah, but this LeBron thing, man, we don't need him, bro. We don't need him, man. Like I said, he's not gonna come anyway because he's too selfish. He'll never take a pay cut. He wants every cent he can, even though he's a billionaire. And man, I got so much to say, man. We don't have enough time for this.
I got you. Listen, I didn't mean to talk about LeBron. I'm not sure if that's what you was calling to talk about. But right before I got you, they started talking about LeBron. Then we had a call back. Somebody was triggered. It was crazy.
Yeah, but going back to New York, you know what it is? It's like
and I figured it out. Remember we was talking before about all these media personalities, how they always talking bad about the Knicks. The Knicks not gonna do this, not gonna do that. I think it's a media trick, man. The whole world needs a villain, man, and New York is like Batman. They're strong enough to play the villain, so they're gonna be the villain, and they've been elected to be the villain to unite the rest of the country against us. Everybody, we need to be polarizing to everybody else.
Oh, that's
But
true.
yeah,
That's
but
true.
I want to love the Knicks because the Knicks is my team. But and if LeBron ever did come, I don't want to hate some part of winning the championship and the fact that he got a piece of that. But it'll be kind of a little bittersweet,
10
so to
seconds.
speak. But yeah, you know. But like I said, that cat ain't coming, man.
I
But
got you,
let me ask
family.
you one more thing. One thing. Do you
Yeah.
think are you one of those people that put him over that bald head guy?
Hell no. Hell no, I don't do that.
Okay, that's good.
Hell no. What? As much as I hate that bald-headed guy, he's the goddamn best, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And if you come on tonight, I'll call back and give you 3 major incidents with him that that'll change the minds of anybody that do.
All right. Big time. I appreciate you, Rock. Thank you for your support too, man. Big
Sure,
time.
no problem.
All right. It's my man Rock from the ATL. He's also somebody he's a callback king. So last night it was him, Ty. There was so many callbacks, bro. It was crazy. All right. So this is why y'all don't want to miss the shows. Y'all gotta continue smashing that like button. All right, very important. Big time salute to my man Lawrence for another cash out. Yo, Lawrence, man, I do appreciate the support, my brother. You know, if you do want to call up, I got you, family. You know, just let me know. I got your number too. So if you want to call up, Lawrence, at any point, even tonight when we do the show, you can, all right? Big time salute, Lawrence, and I do appreciate your support. You feel me? Oh, let me get it back. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Let's get him right back.
So last night,
What's going on, Lawrence? You back in the building, baby.
Hey, brother.
How you feeling, man?
I can't complain. I was just listening to the brothers on there, and they got to understand that you don't cut off your nose to spite your face.
Okay.
If this brother comes to New York and gives us a championship, we take the championship, but we don't put his damn uniform in the rafters. It's as simple as that. If the bald head one had came to New York, we would have took him too if he could give us a ring.
Oh, that's 100. I ain't gonna lie. As much as I hated him,
there you go.
It would have been great.
You give me a ring, I'll dance with.
Now.
You give me a ring, I dance with the devil. Got no problems with that.
Oh yeah, 100%, dog. Ain't no loyalty in the business of basketball.
There you go.
Come on.
I love you for that 1 year, and then once you give me my ring, you take your ass wherever you want to go.
And we could go back to not liking you, or we can like you. It
go.
Don't matter. We got the ring. Get the ring.
The problem I got is with you say consistency of the Knicks. The only consistent thing that they have right now is they do not guard the 3-point line. They make teams look like they are professional 3-point shooters.
Recently, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a struggle.
And you cannot go into the playoffs with that.
Good point.
You have got to get up on that line. That's why I don't want to even look past Charlotte.
Okay.
Because if they leave LaMelo and them out there, they're going to blow them away from that 3-point line.
You know they running pick and pop too, right?
Yes,
With, the
exactly.
boy Conker Nipple, he setting screens and popping.
That's right.
Yeah. So you better be ready.
I don't want them to put their guard down looking for Sunday, and then Charlotte sneak up on them.
Good point.
Because that's going to mess with their head come Sunday.
Yeah, we got to get this Charlotte win. That's all we should be worried about.
There you go.
I was really talking about today's topic. I was thinking about long-term playoffs more so than just, Sunday's game. And I kind of went through the history of the matchup. That's more so what I was thinking. People want to go to the game. That's cool. I'm thinking about finals. If we had to see these brothers in the finals, history is kind of against us.
History is against
that.
It's
a little concerning.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little concerning.
This double point differential and all of that. But then I look at it also that how did we lose to Indiana? Indiana ran us out the building.
That too.
They were a running team.
Yeah.
And I don't think OKC would have got past Indiana if Halliburton hadn't gotten hurt.
Well, histories on the other side too. Don't forget the MVP first team argument.
Yeah, and see that gets into these refs' heads. For MVP,
refs,
all
okay,
defensive team, they entitled to certain calls.
I got you. I see. I figured the angle was coming, but I was just trying to like be like fair. But yeah, the refs also. No, I got you with the refs. The refs was it's terrible.
So I just had to get to you to let you know that.
Yeah, I appreciate your support. I didn't realize because I always say St. John's more than I say Lawrence.
Okay.
But then I realized that you were Lawrence. So
yeah.
I saw your Cash App earlier. If I would have realized it, I would have let you cook longer. But I appreciate the support, my brother.
That's cool. It's no problem. It's no problem.
No doubt, man.
I put you down. I put you down with me for a bet for St. John's. So if we win, you got a little extra coming. If we lose, you just lost.
I got you. Damn, so I ain't gonna get that.
Exactly.
How about look? If hold on. If Duke lose, what you said? If you win, what was the bet again?
If we win, if we win, you got at least 50.
Okay. And now if we win, I'll let you get like 5 callbacks.
I
for 5
appreciate
shows.
that. I appreciate that.
All right.
Okay.
So that's how we do it.
That's good.
All right, big time, St. John's.
But these brothers, they cannot cut off their nose to spite their face. If this man wants to come here and get us a championship, no problem. I can't stand him either because he let his brand get in front of him.
Right. Can we all agree that we all don't kind of like the brother like that?
Yeah.
Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because the league got a lot to do with it. They make it like it's his league. He's won this and he's done that. Give Kyrie some support for what he did. Y'all wouldn't have beat Golden State without Kyrie.
That's a fact. Don't forget D Wade. Don't forget
That's
Chris
right.
Bosh.
You know why you went to Miami. Then you think you're going to go there and tell Pat Riley, hire this one, hire that one. Pat Riley said, you take your ass back to Cleveland. Nobody won't be in Cleveland any damn way.
That's a fact.
So you get to Cleveland for 1 year, and then you realize my brand is more productive in L.A., so he goes out there with production companies and all that. He gets Rich Paul to think he can run the Lakers. They would rather sell the team than let him run it.
That's true. And that's why this would probably be his last year, though.
Exactly.
In L.A.
Exactly. Yep. But I know he's going to come to James Dolan and says, what you going to do for my son? We got a team in Westchester County he can play for.
He'll be the all-star.
There you go. He can start every game in Westchester County.
100%. We got to put him with Mellow Mike out there.
Exactly.
100%.
I like your brother from Grady. He's very informative. I like your brother from Grady.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, look, man, we came up like that. Yo, basketball was life for us. We played ball every day.
At first, I wanted to go to William Grady, but I was living in the Bronx, and I wasn't traveling all the way to Brooklyn.
Oh, hell, that's 2 different worlds.
Exactly.
We never went to the Bronx. In high school, I never went to the Bronx.
And I never went to Brooklyn. It's an entirely different world. That's right.
I didn't go to the Bronx until I became an adult and I could drive and, pay my own way. That's when I started going to the Bronx.
I ain't getting on no train going to Brooklyn.
Right? Are you kidding me? What?
Wind up in East New York and don't know where I'm at.
Man, you come out the wrong neighborhood, especially in them times. Like we talking about before 2000.
I'm talking about in Crack Kingdom time.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, what are you doing, dog? Yep. But I appreciate you, though, St. John's. I got you, family. Thank you.
You take care, brother.
All right, big time salute. All right. Yeah. Send it over, Grady High. Send it over. By the way, big time salute. We got another call back. Hold up. We got another call back. Hold up. My man, Tugboat Taylor. First, though, salute to the community. Because one of the rules for the callbacks is you could donate it to somebody else. All right. So my man Tugboat Taylor, OKF Nation Plus, he donated it to LD. So I'm gonna get my man D from LA back on the line. All right. And let's see if he's prepared to respond. So somebody, hey, when you give out a gift, you get it back. So they want you to cook.
Said, over everything, thank him for his service 1,000%, because that matters the most. And I will say this, Tugboat Taylor, you said something that actually makes me critique my own opinion about LeBron James coming to the Knicks that I think is valid respect. He said, I don't think he deserves to be a Knick. That's a bar.
That is a bar.
That is a bar because it is a valid point. This is not a cheap. It's never been a cheap franchise, but it's definitely not a cheap franchise anymore. We're not begging anymore. When they had the chance to come here, KD, Kyrie, LeBron, we were begging. We were cheap. But here's the reason why I think the way I'm thinking. When LeBron left Cleveland, remember I'm in LA. I predicted way early. I said he's coming to Los Angeles because he's already completed the LeBron James can't win a championship. He's already checked that off with Miami. He's already completed the winning for Cleveland. He's done that. His next move, forget Hollywood, is that Lakers jersey legacy play. In LA, the conversation was, oh, the Clippers have a billionaire owner. He's never putting on a Clippers jersey ever. It does nothing for his brand. Never.
Exactly.
It does nothing for his brand. That Lakers jersey, he's coming for that. And that Lakers championship.
Now we talking.
Right. Now, here's the thing. I would be shocked if LeBron James leaves the NBA without a Knicks jersey in his name.
Ooh, okay.
That's one thing that I'm always concerned. I'm like, I don't see this guy leaving the NBA without a Knicks jersey. Now, those who bring up Dolan have a very good point because Dolan is as LeBron as it gets when it comes to owners. He's also not trying to budge for anybody. I'm not begging, and I'm definitely not begging for a dude who knows his value. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Dolan, you know? So I get that part. But I think in the basketball conversation of things, though, excluding defense, if LeBron James chose to play another 5 years, he could still be the best offensive version of Draymond Green we've ever seen.
Okay.
If we're just talking about X and O's, right?
Right.
And what's happening in LA right now is LeBron James has kind of bowed out for Luka and AR to be the face of the team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we wouldn't have to worry about that. But I do agree with what he's saying. LeBron is about the clout, and LeBron and the media would make LeBron at MSG about LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think his talent will be able to back that up anymore. I think we're past that now. He's still going to be extremely amazing, but again, at a minimum, I'm down for it. Anything above a minimum, I'm good. But at a minimum,
we couldn't even do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we couldn't even do it.
But I respect what he said, though, 100,000%. That deserved word, powerful, and it's a bar. You know what I mean? Again, thanks for your service, boss.
No doubt. I appreciate you, LD.
No doubt.
All right. Big time salute to D from LA, man. OKF Nation, man. I love to see OKF Nation in the building. Because this is we gets it in the Discord too. By the way, if you are a member of the channel, right? All you have to do is go to the membership tab on YouTube. Click the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server link, and that'll get you inside the Discord. All right. It's lit. We be in there talking about the games. Sometimes we get into debates, but the beauty of it is that it's all supporters, no trolls, none of that. I don't do the open Discord. Nope. I only want to deal with people that support, because the people who support, they always going to look to have a good conversation. Now, like I said, we don't agree on most things. So, it's a good conversation. It's not just a whole bunch of yes people. All right. Let's continue to get those likes up as well. All right. I got a couple of calls I got to get back on the line. So if I missed your call, I am going to call back. Also, really quickly, because I forgot to do this earlier. Game night. All right. We're getting down to the final days of game night. All right. Because this is available for a limited time. This is a very special edition that I'm doing. It's a new addition to the 82 night series. Okay. And so I got a question for you guys. All right. When we're talking about the postseason, right? How many times do we recall old playoff moments, but we don't remember the details? That's why I created Game Night, the playoff edition, right? So we can have a great way to capture these moments, right? And also speak from these moments from a place of truth, all right? It's a postseason journal where you can track everything and write your predictions down and document the experiences. So instead of just watching history happen, you can actually document it. And if you want one, all you have to do is hit the Linktree /TheObjectiveFan. You will find it there. It's on sale, and pre-orders are available for a limited time. Once we get to March 31st, that's it. All right, and free shipping, and it'll arrive to your door before the playoffs begins. All right, I forgot to talk about that earlier. You could go to Linktree, check it out to expand your basketball mind beyond the horizon. And I look forward to seeing you guys inside of the 82 Nights Club. All right, big time salute to everybody in the building. I got you, Grady High School. I'm gonna send you a message. Let me see. Hold on. Who did I miss? Got to get my man Joe up in here. Okay. All right. Joe, I'm calling you back, man. Let's continue to get those likes up too. If you're enjoying the show, like the show. What's going on, Joe? How we feeling?
Hey, man. How we doing? Let's go. Hey, I was really liking what I was seeing from the last game, man. I know it was a close game. You know, at the end there, we were up by a little bit in the beginning of the game, but, you know, I was really loving the ball movement, man. I was really liking what I was seeing. You know, things are starting to gel, you know. There was a couple players to me that stood out. Jordan Clarkson being one of them. I don't know if you noticed, but there was a couple plays where he's really getting involved with, you know, moving the basketball, and he got Mitchell Robinson a couple lobs.
Yeah, he did.
I'm like, yo, this is good. This is what I like to see. You know, he's just giving me more ammunition on why he should be in the lineup. You know, like the way that even the way that he gets in the passing lanes and gets steals. I don't know if you saw that steal that he had.
Yep, I've seen everything.
Man, that was some heads up play, man. Like I've just been, you know, I'm going to continue to say, man, I love his IQ. I think he's a great basketball player, man. And for him to the fact that we even had him on the bench in the beginning of the year, man, I don't know. But another thing I will say, though, last night, your boy Alvarado was in the negative. He was a negative 11. And
why he got to be my boy, though?
Well, all I want to say is, you know, I would have liked to see Tyler Kolek get some minutes last night. That's all I'm saying.
I wouldn't have been mad at that.
You know, I mean, I know what Alvarado did last night, and I feel like Tyler Kolek would have played a lot better. That's just me. But I'm not gonna sit here and harp about it. You know,
if we would have lost, I would have felt stronger about that. But we won, so I take
it. Yeah. I just really like Tyler, man. I think he's a good ball facilitator. I think he knows how to play good defense, man. And you know, there was flashes last night with Alvarado where I was kind of just like, man, you know, the guys are just throwing the ball right over him, and he's just not really there on defense, man. I don't know. It seems like he's just like a traffic cone, you know. I don't know, man. But overall, I like the game. I like the ball movement, and that's what I want to see, man. I just want to see us moving that basketball. Because if we can do that, even Diawara, man, he had some really nice drives to the lane last night, and you know, looks good, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Hey, man, thanks for taking my call. That's all I got. So
big time salute, Joe. I appreciate you, family.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, I'll be back tonight with Mikal.
All right, man. Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, I'm doing. Oh, by the way, the angle I'm taking with Mikal Bridges tonight is should he start? That's my angle. Should the brother start?
10
okay, that's what I'm
seconds.
arguing. Let's see if my man Tyson picks up. See if he answers. Continue to smash that like button if you're feeling the show. Like the show. Let's see if the brother answers. Tyson, are you there?
Yo, what's good, brother?
How you feeling? Canada in the building.
Can you hear me all right?
Let's go. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just on some. I'm on some Bluetooth headphones. I'm walking my dog out here in this Canadian snow.
It's a little muffled, but
Hey, hold on.
Where we?
1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, brother.
All right. Where we going? You in the Canadian snow? Damn, that's dedication. Where we going? Are you there? Did we lose you? It might have went back to his Bluetooth. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. You there? Damn, we lost him. You must have got some bad Wi-Fi in Canada. Hopefully, I ain't getting no international charge. Is Canada still international? Ain't we like one big country? Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, brother?
I can hear you, but you breaking up.
Oh my God, I can't hear anything. Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. How about you? How about me?
Yeah, you sound good. Where we going,
okay.
family?
Sorry about that, brother. No, I just want to say I got a little bone to pick. I know you like the you believe in history and
yes,
and all that, but I think you're discounting San Antonio a bit much. They remind me a lot of the 1994-95 Orlando Magic.
Okay.
And I might be a bit biased as I have like 200 on them from the beginning of the season to win 10K. So I might be a bit clouded in my judgment on the championship. But I would. But
yeah,
if
you
they
lost.
get
You lost.
No,
you lost.
No, but the thing is, I actually do believe the Knicks are the one team that could beat them in the playoffs. But I do think San Antonio will come out of the West.
They getting cooked, dog. I'm telling you, they on the grill. Trust me, they on the
grill. What makes you think that? Just purely because of age?
That's the number one thing is the age and the experience. You got a whole bunch of guys who's never been in the postseason. You're relying on to be solid in the postseason. It doesn't work that way. Young teams like that fizzle out within 2 rounds usually.
Yeah, and that's true. Like OKC burnt out their first year after in the second round, but I think, but if you remember Orlando, they did beat the 4-5 Jordan in the second round. They beat Indiana. They were equally as young, I believe. I think Castle would be Penny Hardaway. Wemby would be Shaq. I don't know. I feel like sometimes these types of situations come around very rarely. So I know they kind of break the mold of history rather than repeat it.
Did Michael Jordan win the championship his first time, or did Michael Jordan get to the finals his first playoff run?
Oh, hell no. He didn't make it till, 6 years in?
Exactly. So if the great Michael Jordan didn't do it, what you think? I'm going to think Wemby and a bunch of 6'7" dudes are going to get it done. It's not happening, dog. Sorry.
Well, I hope you're wrong on this one, but I hope we're both right on the Knicks beating them in the finals.
Oh, yeah, the Knicks would definitely. Now we talk about history, then it would be on our side.
Yeah, 100%.
You feel me? So
I honestly think Cat is probably one of the most important players in the league to play against Wemby specifically. Like that, you need
100%.
a stretch 5 to bring him away from the basket, and people will realize that once they make the finals.
Yeah, but he's not even going to guard Cat most of the time. They put him on Josh Hart, and they let Hart shoot.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But what if? I guess we do need Josh Hart for his just rebounding and tenacity and defense. But I don't know. Maybe we could play McBride more minutes there. Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to play? What's that guy's name? He came from Boston last year. Cornette. Like, who else are they going to play to cover Cat? Or Harrison Barnes?
Nobody. They have no answers for Cat.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's going to be a problem for them.
Big time.
All right. Well, thanks for taking my
Canada.
call, brother. Sorry for my phone. And your content's awesome as always.
Thank you, family. Have a great one. All
Yes,
right.
bro.
All right. By the way, you can't trigger me with your opinion. It's your opinion. What's facts is facts, and what's truth is true. But listen, I'm gonna be back tonight, y'all. I do appreciate you guys. Oh, big time salute to my man, Mellow Mike. He said, no Bronny James at Westchester. We good over here. Hey, you might get Bronny and an Antetokounmpo, Mellow Mike. Big time salute to you, but I appreciate you guys. I will be back tonight for the Mikal Bridges trial. And until next time, as always, let's go.